Wait. Yes? Maybe? Yeah, okay, I think we're ready to go.
Okie dokie.
We're live. I was like, why isn't it working? Oh, it's working. I'm still new to this. Okay. So, today's stream, I'm gonna be doing a little something called bagging and boarding. Are you watching? Or are you like...
I wasn't given the link.
No? Hold on.
No.
LOL. Do you want to watch? You don't have to. You're like kind of
to.
you're like kind of in it. So it's like, you know.
I prefer to watch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can share it. Sorry folks, we're having some technical things.
Malfunctioning.
I was gonna...
Thank you.
Okay, so nobody's watching, so I think we can just hang out while I start getting this all ready.
Yo.
Cool. Hanging out. I say getting this all ready like I hadn't already taken everything out for the most part, but it's fine. Oh my god. I have too many comic and not... Oh my god. Sorry, I have the actual bags. The bags are so slippery. They're just like falling literally everywhere. And most of them are on the floor now.
Yep.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, ow. I still haven't adjusted my desk properly. I have too many comics and most of them are not in the proper storage and like it annoys me and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna, what's it called? I'm not gonna buy the bags and boards because I'm really lazy, but I realize now that I need to pull the trigger and just get this over with. So I bought like $30 worth of boards, which are these like cardboard, you know what they are. The little cardboard things and the little plastic baggies. I don't even know if you can see that. To put my comics in. And I have over 200 comics at this point. I don't know how many... Yeah, I have a lot. A lot of them have been given to me. A lot of them I've just collected over the years. Yeah. So I've been collecting since I was like 13, I want to say. Maybe younger than that, 12, 13. I haven't been like seriously collecting until like the last couple of years, but yeah. So I just wanted to hang out while so satisfying. It's gonna take me actually forever to do this, but it's okay. I also kind of hope these are like the right size.
Yeah.
I looked at it.
Otherwise, it's like a whole other job on top of that.
I know.
Trying to like kind of trim it.
Okay, the first comic that I'm bagging is this called Punk's Not Dead by Black Crown Publishing. I actually still haven't read this, but I was given these for really cheap when I was working at a bookstore because we were getting rid of them, and I found like the entire miniseries, so I was like, screw it, I'll you know, it's fine. So I have no idea what it's called, but the art looks really cool, and I have all 5 issues of these. This isn't even like the right cover, it's cover B, but I'm gonna be doing that. I actually am grabbing these in order, which is cool. But how's your life been? I know you just had a stream. What was it? The Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, the Direct was a sleeper.
Really? It sucked?
I mean, I don't know. I could have watched that on my own time at like 4 p.m.
Really? Dang.
Yeah.
That sucks.
We did get an Epic Mickey remaster announcement. That was cool, but it's coming to PlayStation 2, so I'm really gonna get it on there instead.
Yeah. That'll
yeah.
be interesting. What about...
Rebirth was really fun.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about... You're tired because you woke up early for it, but...
Yeah, sorry.
Don't apologize, you're fine. But, so I guess what's it called? The demo didn't go. Was it good? Was it... Because you said it was really short.
It was good. I was happy about it being short. I didn't want to get spoiled too much.
Right.
I am gonna revisit it though, because there are some things that I missed because I just kind of beeline straight through the main scenario.
Okay.
I died to the boss the first time, and it was very much on me. It was a little embarrassing.
Oh, dang. That sucks.
Because I've been playing Remake on hard mode for the past 3 years. There is no hard mode on Rebirth yet. You have to unlock it.
Yeah.
So I was towards the end of the boss, and I was like, oh my god, Barrett's getting low on MP. And then I had a beat, and I was like, which I have not been replenishing this whole time because I forgot I'm playing on normal mode and I can actually get it back. So I was still playing as if I was on hard mode.
Yeah, but you...
And I died as a result.
Damn. That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, so total playing time for the demos has been like, what, like 2.5 hours? 3 hours? For both demos?
For mine anyway,
Yeah.
it would clock in around 3 hours.
Okay, that makes
For
sense
both
to me.
parts.
I'm glad that, I don't know, them releasing 2 demos before the game drops, I still think is a very... Well, I guess the first demo makes sense because they did a demo last time, didn't they?
Yeah.
But with
Yeah,
like
the opening.
Yeah. But I guess with doing 2 demos, especially the game comes out next week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
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 Interesting choice. Interesting. I hope people liked
I did
it.
feel a little better seeing the game itself is gonna have to complete everything. It's gonna take over 100 hours.
Oh wow. Okay, solid.
Yeah, so in the grand scheme of things, they didn't show too much.
Okay.
So
That's good.
I'm pretty alright with it.
Oh my god.
I did want to ask you though,
What's up?
because I've noticed this running gag when it comes to Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, whatever,
Right.
about pronunciation of certain regions and spells. Like we have this ongoing joke
Okay.
about Nibelheim.
Yeah.
Because I know it's not a huge pool, but I know a couple of people that call it Nibel, and it's funny. So
Yeah.
every now and then I'll call it Nibelheim.
Nibelheim?
So we've started doing that, yeah, and Gongaga. So we started getting to the spells,
Yeah.
and I pronounce it ether. Jado pronounced it ether. What do you say?
I say ether. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
ETHER, right?
Yeah.
That's ether. I don't know. I mean, I guess everybody
agree.
pronounce. I don't know. I guess the only person you
I
can
don't-
really confirm with is the developers, but
Yeah. I was gonna say we weren't really having a debate. It was just something I
it was
noticed.
just a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Also,
interesting.
this is the last one. I'll ask.
What?
Maybe I need to type it out.
Yeah,
I'll
I was
type
like,
it
let
out.
me see the spelling before you tell me what.
Because you've seen the spell before in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, let me see. The most annoying part of doing this is genuinely... Okay. Thundara?
Mm.
How do you say it?
I've noticed, I think I go back and forth. Because I was rewatching the stream today, and either I said thunder, and I just like am hearing something else, but I think on stream, subconsciously, I said Thundera or Thundura, one of the two.
Okay.
And I normally say Thundara, but
Interesting.
rewatching the stream, either I said we're gonna cast Thunder, and I said it just quietly, or I said we're gonna cast Thundera.
Huh. See, Thundara makes sense to me, or Tundara even.
Yeah.
But Thundera also makes... I don't know. I couldn't tell you, TBH. Also, the next comic I'm bagging is Briar. This is a really good book. I'm actually, like, super far behind. Well, probably not too far behind, because they release an issue, like, once a month, maybe. But, it's a comic from Boom Studios. It's like a retelling of, like, a Sleeping Beauty story. I'm a sucker for... I'm doing this on the wrong side. I'm a sucker for, like, storytelling, or retellings of, like, fairy tales. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, I have to watch this, you know? Or I have to read this. And the art's really beautiful, and it's really cool. But I'm behind, like, by a lot at this point, I think. Because I only have, like, the first 3-ish issues. So, yeah, but I recommend people read this if they like fairy tales. The guy who illustrates it, I think, is Mateus Lopez? No, he's the colorer. Germán Garcia is the one who illustrated this. And it's so pretty. Look at the interiors. So cool. I love the artwork in here. Anyway.
It's so pretty.
I know, right? I love comics.
Oh. I love reading comics.
What? It's a Wednesday, isn't it?
I think so.
I really decided to stream on a Wednesday. Huh.
I mean, so did I.
In the middle of the day. Yeah, but at least you did yours in the morning so that people, like, actually saw it. Granted, I don't really know.
It's fine.
It's fine. I really just needed to get this done, and streaming makes it easier because I find an excuse to talk about stuff while I'm doing this.
For sure.
Okay, wait, so how many issues?
There was a,
What?
There's a night the Resident Evil 4 remake DLC drop. We streamed for, like, I want to say over 3-4 hours. And for, like, a good chunk of it, it was, like, 0 viewers.
Yeah, I feel like that's
But
gonna
it
be
was
the case here, lol. It's okay, though. We can hang out.
Yeah.
And I'll finally have gotten this over with. We'll see how long it takes to actually get 100 of these. Because I haven't even opened, I fully have not even opened the second batch. Ugh. Oh my god, I should not have touched
Is it like 100 each pack, or?
Yeah,
50?
so 100 bags
Okay.
and boards in each respective pack, and I got 200. Definitely, I don't know that I'll need all 200 now, but if I won't need them now, I'll definitely need them later, so it's okay.
Sure.
You read the new Ultimate Spider-Man, right? We talked about it.
What about the new Ultimate?
You read it, right? Like you
I read issue 1. I don't know if 2 is out yet.
I think it is.
If it is, I have not read it.
You said you liked it, right?
I did, for what it was.
Okay.
Right? Like, there's a lot to adjust and get used to.
Right.
But I want to see it. I want to see it through. If they lose me, they lose me. But for right now,
that's fair. I mean, you don't exactly have.
I'm intrigued.
They haven't exactly proved themselves to be reliable for Mr. Peter Parker, so.
No.
I don't blame you.
True. We'll see.
We'll see. The next comic I'm bagging and boarding is Don't Spit in the Wind, by Dan Lee and Stefano Cartaselli. It's published by Mad Cave. I like the premise of this book. It's dystopian and it kind of makes me upsetty spaghetti, but the artwork is just too awesome that I have to read it. I'm also really behind on this, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, my dogs, you're gonna hear my dogs barking in the background. They're really loud. So it'll be a miracle if you don't hear them, honestly. Can you hear them? I'm curious.
Oof.
I don't
I
even
heard
know
it
what
once.
I don't even know what they're barking at, I'll be honest. The mail lady was here, but she just left and they're still going.
Yeah.
They're also... Okay, I have 2 dogs. One dog... They're both Australian Shepherds. They're both Aussies. One of them is a mini Aussie, though. And we had her first. Her name was Poppy. She... she was a quiet dog. But when we got this other dog, Momo, who's a lot younger... Oh, his full name is Mojito, but everybody calls him Momo. When we got Momo... she became really talkative, and their new thing is howling. We tried to teach her how to howl just as like a gag, and she never got it. But now whenever they're barking at people outside, they also are howling, and it's really silly. Makes me laugh.
Finally got it down.
Yeah.
New skill acquired.
Okay, there's a lot of like miscellaneous comics in here. It's called, one of them is called Earth Divers Kill Columbus. Also still have not read this. But I heard good things about it, but I still haven't read it. So I haven't collected anything past the first issue. I think what I'm gonna start doing, I'm still working on this knitting project for the YouTube channel. But after I finish that video, I think one of the things I'm gonna start doing is I'm just gonna go through my comic collection and read a bunch of stuff and review them. So I force myself, because my problem with comics is that sometimes I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome, or I'm collecting something and I'm just buying whatever's next, but I don't have time to read all the issues right away a lot of the time. So they'll just end up sitting in my stash and I haven't read it, and it's like not good. So I think I'm gonna start, there's like 2 things I want to start doing, which is doing random movie reviews, another random comic, The Vineyard, which my good friend Taylor Esposito lettered. He gave me this for free, which is why I have it. But anyway,
That's dope.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, so I want to start reviewing random movies, and when I say random, I mean like truly, like it could be the most bottom of the barrel type, like so unfunny, so bad, so random, but I have really weird taste, and the things that I'm compelled to watch at any given time are really weird. So I feel like I want to do a new series where I just randomly review things that I've seen that I think either deserve attention or are just so bad I need to talk about them. And I also want to review the comics in my collection, because there are too many things in here that I just fully have not read, that I'm like, oh my god, it's so good, I have to read it, and then I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been busy with life. And I keep buying comics, and I have still so many I have not read in my own collection. So that's something I want to do. This I have read. It's called Do a Power Bomb. This is by Daniel Warren Johnson. And I think Mike Spicer? Yeah, he colored this. Daniel Warren Johnson is so cool. Geekly will know. I literally will not shut up about this guy's artwork. He's doing Transformers right now. I only have a few of the single issues. But I ended up getting the trade, so now I just kind of want to have the number one at this point for my own happiness and sincerity. But it's fine. Do you have any comics in your collection you haven't read yet? Or not? Because I know you don't buy comics as much as I do.
Did I have it read? No, my backlog is like huge.
No?
Not of stuff that I haven't read though. It's just like
games or...
No, of comics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, well, you've never seen my comic collection.
I haven't, actually.
Because I started accumulating stuff very young, like
Yeah.
kindergarten. Just like hand-me-downs for my dad and stuff is where it started.
Yeah.
And then I kind of stopped collecting for a couple of years around like
Same.
2016, just because where I got my comics like locally shut down.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like the last couple of years that I started back. But I don't know if there's anything in my collection that I haven't read that I'm like, oh, I need to get around to doing that.
Right.
I mostly do that with, like you said, video games.
Mm-hmm.
I'll collect, accumulate, and then like there's so many that I haven't spent nearly enough time with.
Right.
But comics I normally crack open like when I get them, just so I have it behind me.
That's valid. I used to do that, but a lot of the times now, whenever I get the chance to go to the comic book store, it's because like I find an hour or so of my time.
Yeah.
And then I come back and I'm like, oh, I have to work on my drawing or blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. Especially last year, when I was studying at the Kubert School, they have a comic book store, or they did. They moved Dewey's to another town, so the comic book store isn't even in the basement of the Kubert School anymore, which really bummed me out. But anyway, they used to have a comic book store, Dewey's, in the basement of the school. And I would be in there after class being like, okay, I'm gonna get my... It was the only time I was actually caught up with things. Like, ever, basically. So... I had so many comics, but then I would get back to the dorm or whatever, and I'd have to start drawing for homework. So a lot of the comics I haven't read are things that I accumulated last year. Like, this is another one. It's called 3 Keys. I actually have no idea what this is about. I kind of just really liked the artwork a lot. And I liked the main character's, like, design. You can see her on the front cover, and her, like, sidekick guy. And she has, like, a big sword, and I think she fights, like, monsters. And I was like, that seems cool. It's by Image. So... David Messina worked on it. I was like, oh, this seems interesting. But I don't actually know if it's any good. I just have... How many issues do I have? Like, 2? I thought I had more, but I guess I only have 2. I stopped collecting it after I realized I haven't read this yet, and I actually don't even know if it's any good, so... It's okay. But, yeah. Sometimes I will impulse... That's another thing. Sometimes I'll impulse buy a comic that I'm like, oh, this must be so good. And then it's just kind of okay.
Oh.
That's another reason I should go through my collection, and anything I didn't really like, I need to, like, sell. TBH. because it's just sitting there. And I'll revisit my comics that I have read a lot, but the ones that I haven't just kind of are collecting dust, and that is not good. So. Have you bagged and boarded any of your comics?
Not yet. I actually was gonna place an Amazon order to do that.
Really?
Like 2 years ago. I still haven't bit the bullet. I just don't want to deal with it.
No,
not right
I
now.
felt
Anyway.
that. I always tell myself, I'm like, oh, today's the day, and then I never do it. So I finally was like, okay, I need to pull the trigger and just get it done. And it's gotten to the point where it's like I have so many comics that it is abhorrent that most of them are not. Like, any other collector would be like, dude, you're so stupid for storing your comics like this. It's just not...
Yeah.
I also haven't gotten, like, the proper boxes. I don't have, like, the... You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, the little...
Yeah.
The long boxes or whatever. I don't have those either. I'm literally storing them, like, upright in, like, a cardboard box, which is really bad. So, it's not good. Next comic, Frank Miller presents Pandora. My professor, Emma Kubert, worked on this. And I did actually get to read the... Excuse me. What? Hold on a minute.
Take your time.
LOL.
Beep up.
I need like a sign, I think, outside my door that's like, hey, I'm streaming. My dad wants to see my desk because I got a what's it called? It flips up. A drafting table. I was like,
What?
I got a drafting table for a desk because for a really long time, I didn't have a proper drafting table, which is really bad for my back because of drawing stuff. So, I don't know. I had to move back in my parents because of my decision to leave art school. So, I'm readjusting and I'm trying to get my life together, basically. So I'm gonna keep doing that, you know, it's okay. Slow process, but yeah. Working on some projects, have a lot of good ideas for comics that are just gonna be in the works for a long time. I'll probably throw in illustrations here and there for my Insta, because I don't want it to go stagnant totally, which I realized today that it's getting there, but it's fine. Geekly, I'm curious, how do you feel about the new, like cardstock covers that comic companies are doing now? Oh, with their books.
I don't hate it, personally.
You didn't hate it?
I've seen it utilized better than others, but
I'll be honest.
I think it's fine. I'm not against it necessarily.
I mean, yeah, I'm not against the cardstock covers. I just, something about having them versus like the regular paper, I don't know, something about it peeves me a little bit. I'm not really 100% sure why, but I'm trying to find one in here. Yeah, like this. Like this is not so bad. This, A Calculated Man, another random comic I have. I don't even, but it covers like thicker cardstock. And this isn't so bad because the cardstock is kind of thin. But I have like a lot of the DC cardstock cover books that I have. They warp really easily I've noticed.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't love when I'm like, I pick up the comic book and the covers are like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but they're like sticking out, kind of funny. Where do you get comics from? My local shop, mostly. I'm in Texas, so I just go to the place that's local to me. Some people order them online. I have ordered comics online, mostly comics that are like out of print, or they're like independent stuff. Sometimes people will post their little collections online, and I'll snatch those up. Mostly just wherever I can find them. But yeah, usually I recommend supporting your local shop, because people prefer reading like not physical books anymore. They read online, which is honestly, I can understand that. It's cheaper, you don't have to take up physical space. But if you do want physical comics, I recommend going and supporting your local comic book store. Oh my god. I feel like I've barely made a dent in these.
What number are you on?
Oh god. Okay, I have not been counting. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have bagged and boarded about 16 or 17 comics only. And I have about
More than I thought, honestly.
Really? I really was like, dang,
I thought you were gonna stop around 8 for some reason.
Oh no. I've gotten a decent amount done. I'm not getting through them super fast, but I'm getting through them at a okay pace. Just okay. Yeah. It's funny, comics are so expensive now. I was watching a stream, I've mentioned this to you like 8 times, Geekly, but I was watching a stream that David Finch did the other day with Klaus Janson, where they were just inking, and they were talking about how like expensive comics are now, and how their page rates have actually like gone down in the last couple years.
Yeah.
And that really frustrates me. Because if we are paying more for books, it's because I think a lot of us are assuming that they're paying the talent more, or I don't know. Like, a lot of it is like corporate greed now, which is really sad. I have so many random comics, but I don't know. I've been thinking about that. Like this was like $4. Even like when I was in middle school, most of my comics were like $2 to $3. But nowadays the standard is closer to $4. And I'm like, what the heck? You know? That's really frustrating and annoying. $4 was like what you'd pay if it was like a special variant or something. But now it's like $4.
Yeah.
It's like the standard. And that's like in the last 10 years, the price has gone up like a whole $1. Whereas like when my dad was buying comics like in the 80s. Oh, I forgot this one was already in a bag and board. See, this was given to me. One of my professors at the Kubert School, he was like, I'm getting rid of some comics. Do you guys want them? And I was like, yeah, sure. I actually have no idea if this is any good. I'm probably going to end up selling this, but I have it. This is also bagged and boarded. I'm going to take the price tag off because I forgot to do that. And not that I care if people know what I paid for it, but I don't like seeing the price tag on there. I got a Frank Miller's Ronin, number 4. See the cover price? $2.50. I paid $6 for this. And granted, it is Frank Miller's Ronin, but like, dang. This one also is bagged and boarded. These I got from my local shop. They're How to Draw Manga by Ben Dunn. Ben Dunn worked on these. One of them I think is like coloring, and the other one is like a drawing book. These I got for like nostalgia's sake. Especially the coloring one. It's like, it's kind of fun to read it because it's like when Photoshop was first being introduced as part of like digital coloring was like new to the game. So they have like how to use Photoshop like version 1 or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so old. Hello Rando Espresso, how are you doing? We finally got some people in the chat. That's awesome. Okay. Another one, bagged and boarded. Oh yeah, some of these.
How's it going?
I will say some of these are bagged and boarded because when I was living in the Northeast, the place where I started buying my comics from would just already bag and board them for me. So usually you can tell, or I could tell, which ones I had bought like a long time ago because they were already bagged and boarded when I purchased them. Now I have to pay separate. Oh, these are back issues too, lol. But anyway, this is the new Ghostbusters. I did read this. I remember liking it. These are like out of order, but I did read these and I did like them. Oh, hi, At Home Productions. Yeah. Low-key, the Ghostbusters comics are really good. TBH.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, hi, At Home Productions. Good to see you. I would say long time no see, but I literally saw you last stream, so that was really awesome. I'm doing well. How's everyone doing today? We're doing good. You doing good, Geekly? What's up? You doing
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good?
Back pain.
Oh yeah, how's your back? Is it killing you right now?
It's
not great. Sorry,
it's
man.
there, you know.
It's there?
It's there. Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I mean,
it's okay.
Actually, I'm not drawing today. One, because I have to get this done. I have to finish bagging and boarding my books, but also because I've been having some shoulder pain, and I don't want to overwork my arm, which I fear I've already done. So, yeah. I once went to a comic shop and they asked if they wanted my comics bag and board. I said no. The face they gave me will haunt forever, lol. That is... Look, a lot of hardcore collectors have like a thing about, because it's just like, that's how you properly store your books to like protect them. Because comics are made from like cheap paper for the most part, not getting them, like, I understand not doing it just to save yourself some money in the short term, but in the long term, if you want your comics to last, bagging and boarding them is a good idea. Even if like the only thing I wouldn't really bag and board is like your trade, but that's because they're already like bound in like thicker paper or just like straight up like cardboard covers. So I can understand that. I've had to say no a couple times just to save on the price, but I'm always gonna have to end up buying the bag and board anyway, so I've just stopped saying no. This is also another cool back issue I got. It's a number 7 Usagi Yojimbo, published by Fantagraphics. Also $2. $3 in Canada. It's so silly. But I really love the cover for this. I got this at my local comic shop now. But it was a back issue, so that's why it's already backed and boarded. Oh gosh, I hope you two feel better soon. Thank you! I hope we feel better soon too. I agree. Wouldn't you agree?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Okay, here's another weird one that I was given by my professor. This one's like double weird because the covers are not illustrations. They're photographs. It's this book called Alley Cat. Allie Baggett is Alley Cat. And the covers are all like photographs of the main character, but the insides are illustrated like a regular comic book. Like if you look at the interiors are just like drawings, but the covers are only photographs, which is
something throws me off about seeing live action.
It's covers. Weird. I don't like it, but it was so odd. I was like, oh, I have to have this. And again, my professor gave it to me for free, so couldn't say no. So I'm gonna do these. Absolutely. After that experience, I always feel embarrassed because I was new to comics, but it's really fun to think about. I get that. Especially being being new to comics. There's a lot that I feel like because people can be so gatekeepy about comics sometimes, things that to a lot of fans seem like what's it called? I don't know, like the 101 type stuff, like the easy stuff. Oh my god, I'm struggling with this. But the stuff that seems easy or like obvious to a lot of fans don't realize that like when you're new to it all, it's really not that obvious unless somebody tells you, and people are kind of mean sometimes. Comic fans can be genuinely insufferable, truly. I say that as somebody who's adored comics for like most of my life and is a cartoonist, but sometimes they suck. Ugh. This is another image. I actually do really like the art on the interior. Okay, I have to stop talking about this weird Alley Cat book. LOL. Wait, that's kind of interesting. It kind of feels like something you'll see.
Cool Cat saves the kids.
Cool Cat. I was literally, I can't see anything cat adjacent without thinking about that movie. Terrifying. Truly terrifying.
Where's the Cool Cat comic?
So true. Honestly, I'm shocked considering what's the creator's name again? It's like
Derek Savage.
yeah, that's right. I'm shocked he hasn't thought about doing that because he seems so invested in this character that he's created. Cool Cat saves the kids. How did the song go? Cool Cat.
Cool Cat.
Cool Cat.
Cool
bad.
Cat.
Actually horrible.
Cool Cat saves the multiverse.
Cool Cat saves the multiverse. Cool Cat has a
Please.
multiverse, kind of. No?
I think.
Like
maybe.
like all those movies, all those like original characters.
True.
Like, I feel like Cool Cat's mom. I hated that. That was probably the worst part of that movie. There's a lot of.
Brother.
Okay.
Hush up.
Stop. Okay, for people who don't know, there's this. Where did we watch it on Tubi?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this really like weird movie. It's called Cool Cat. Yeah. Cool Cat saves the kids. If you want something like, if you are so unbelievably
Director's
bored,
cut.
yeah, if you really want to torture yourself, just watch this movie. It's on Tubi for free. It's, I don't know how to it's really just kind of like an insane experience. And we watched the extended cut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, the
Unfortunately.
extended cut is the one that's on Tubi. So we watched it. I was visiting Geekly over winter break, and we watched it as like a goof and a gaff. It was really stupid.
Oh,
But it was very funny. Okay, these are also some random comics. This one is cool because it's really old, but it's actually like in pretty solid condition. It's called Mystery Incorporated, number 1, I think. I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, book 1. It's an Image comic, $1.95. I'm sorry. Every time I see the cover prices on the older books, I'm like, Jesus Christ. But I really like I still haven't read this, but I do like looking at the pictures on the inside, because they're really fun and cool. Yeah. But this was published in the 90s, I think. But they released like a series of different, what's it called? I guess like books kind of inspired by 60s comics, and this was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think it's really cool. Didn't the creator of Cool Cat have beef with that one YouTuber because he reviewed the Cool Cat movies? I don't know that for sure, but if that's true,
I believe he was like
that's incredible.
copyright striking anybody who
What?
talked negatively about the movie.
Wow.
I think he went on like a rampage and was taking people's videos down.
I didn't know that.
It was weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Would you copyright strike anyone who talked bad about you?
Maybe. I'm joking. No.
I was like, would you?
No. Absolutely not.
That's so petty. Like, what the heck? Also, there's like that's the other thing is those movies, they were crowdfunded, weren't they?
I believe so.
Yeah. So he truly believes that, bro. I can't even talk about it because I don't want to get copyright strike, but he's very proud of what he's made. He's very proud of what he's made. Clearly. I don't know. That's so. Fingers crossed I don't get copyright strikes. He probably has somebody on the clock who's like scours the internet to see when people talk bad about his creation.
I was like, you should be cool considering cool. Since you didn't mention the title, or mention the title in the title of the stream, so you should be fine.
That's true. This is another random one. It's called The Visitor from Valiant. I think this was. This is number 10. I have no idea when it was published though. I think it was published in the 80s, 90s. Yeah, 1995. This is November. I also have like literally no clue. I got this in a grab bag when I was like 12. So it's like super random. I don't know if it's any good, but I do like this because it has like old ads in it. I'm trying to find one in here. And I love looking at the old ads. There's a lot of like Magic the Gathering ads. Like this is an old Magic the Gathering ad. I think there's another one in here too. And then there's a book for an ad for Dinosaur Hunter. There's a couple of those. I like seeing all the old ads in here. I think they're fun. They really are so nostalgic. And look, I didn't grow up in the 90s, but I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it. The ads now are ugly. They're ugly and boring. They're like ads. I'm not really big into advertising because I don't know. It's just not really my thing. But I love looking at old ads, not just because they're nostalgic, but they had some level of like creative value for me. Like an ad campaign was like kind of a big deal back in the day. So they would hire illustrators or photographers, and like which photographers they were hiring was like a big deal, and like there was a lot of artistry involved. And now it's very like samey type graphics. It feels very like cold. It's like when people talk about like the corporate art style, they're talking about that like I don't want to call them stick people because they weren't stick people, but they're like the blob people with like different color outfits, and they look like shapes. It just feels very cold to me. So there's like no visual interest. I don't know. I'm not really like a stickler for that, but it's like you said, Rando Espresso, there's just not much personality. There's not much personality. Even things that were really like, we'll say, like, do you remember like the old like Game Boy ads? Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Those are so cool. I look at those and I'm like, wow, bro, I want a Game Boy. Like they were really selling me on the idea. Like there's one, I think, where, or the one that I've seen that gets thrown around a lot on the internet, where somebody has like, like the outline of a Playboy in their like jean pocket or something. I love that ad. Which is crazy, but it's I think it's cool. The old advertisements are kind of awesome. They're cool to look at anyway. Ugh. Oh my god. I'm trying not to like bend the boards as I'm putting them in here.
Careful.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I keep. Ugh. Problem is, it's like a tight squeeze. This is Usagi Yojimbo. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to get these all done, and I'm pulling out all the random ones because I feel like I'm having to interrupt our conversation every 2 seconds to be like, oh, this is the book that I'm bagging now. But this one's a Calculated Man. I also got these for free from my professor and friend Taylor Esposito because he also lettered these. Still haven't read them. I don't know if they're any good. I've heard that they're good, and my friends who also read them said it was pretty good. And the art looks cool, but I haven't touched them yet. So I need to get on that. But for now, they're going in their little plastic cardboard prison until I can get them to until I can actually get around to reading them. Geekly, I asked you about this idea at another point in time, but we should do like an art stream where we redraw screenshots from 03 or 2012 or something. Like our favorite
I'd be down.
screenshots. We gotta do that.
I'd be down.
We gotta do it. It would be so much fun.
Gotta do it.
We gotta do it. And for the people that were in the last stream, I'm actually currently working on a Kingdom Hearts illustration because I was inspired by our little doodle session. So I'm working on that. That'll probably be up on my Instagram sometime soon.
I want to get some art up for Rebirth.
You should.
I don't know if I'll.
Do it.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it in time.
Well, okay, but like at some I say, friendship is my power. So true. Okay, but I say, in my opinion, that if you get it out within like the first month of the game's like release, it still counts. Like I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even if you don't do it like right on the day of, like if you do it like I don't know, like a week after, I feel like that's still like you're still on time.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to start now though. I mean, I don't know how complicated the drawing would be, but just for fun, you know. Ah.
Yeah. I also have to figure out who.
Yeah, I was like, what character would you draw?
I was thinking about Aerith.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she your favorite?
Huh?
Is she your favorite?
One of.
I know. I was like, okay.
I love the whole party.
Geekly ranks the Final Fantasy VII party. Go.
Oh, I can't.
I
can't.
That's so hard. Literally impossible.
I feel like Rebirth is gonna be her game. No, that's kind of why
Yeah,
I'd probably draw her.
that makes sense. Well, I can't say that because I don't know really anything about Final Fantasy. Not in that way, but I trust you.
No spoilers.
I
No
trust
spoilers.
you. You know better than I do. We also, on the podcast, we need to do an H2O retrospective when we get this third season done. Because
Yes, I agree.
please.
I specifically want to do
Season 2.
a breakdown of Charlotte.
Yes, I hate her so much.
I specifically want to do a video
She's a horrible.
on Charlotte.
Okay, chat. We've been rewatching H2O because it slaps. It's so good. Because You were the one that suggested it, were you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to rewatch it. And I was like, heck yeah, it's been so long. So for the past like couple of months, we've been rewatching the show. And we just finished season 2. And we'd like, especially those last few episodes, we were ranting and raving about how much Charlotte is just evil. And I need to get it out of my system. I think we need to make a video.
By comparison, she makes Thanos look like he did nothing wrong.
No, genuinely, like, why is she so evil, bro? She's so evil. She pissed me off so. I gotta give it to the actress because
yeah.
She really,
I don't think I've gotten that big of a physical reaction out of a villain in a long time.
Heck no. She's horrible. Like, genuinely, we probably won't even see her next season either. Like, she went and came and went and like destroyed my psyche in the process. Like, literally awful.
I can't stop thinking about her scream, the dolphin.
Oh yeah, that was so dramatic. You know what? We were talking about how
she wanted a daytime Emmy.
Yes, like I was gonna say, we were talking about how Cleo was in her bag when she was calling Lewis.
Yeah. Daytime Emmy? I don't know. She wanted it. She wanted an award. She
wanted that Oscar.
Whatever.
Bro.
Sorry, go ahead.
She wanted that Oscar.
Yeah.
Like truly, she was putting in the work.
Potato.
Yeah, like.
Nibble.
Oh my god, I barely made a dent. I wish. Okay. These are all the bags that I have. It doesn't look like that much, but they're so thin that it like stacks up pretty quick. And these, these are all the boards I have left. I probably have close to like 80 boards in here that I still haven't. Okay, I am done with the rando comics though. For the most part. So now I'm on to... These are not all of my Turtles comics, not even by a large margin. Oh my god, sorry, the sun is like in my eye. Turtles. We shredded Shredder. But these are the ones that I recently purchased and have not put in my silly box. So the first one is issue 146, on the road to 150. Have not gone back, have not purchased the next few. They're probably sold out at my store. Also, I'm not caught up on this run. Kind of excited for it to be over. No offense, Sophie Campbell. You were like my idol when I was like 12, but like
it's just time.
It's time to call it quits. It really is. It's so over. I want it to be over. Time to pass the torch. Also, the artist they announced for the next run and the writer, I'm excited. Also, it was fun while it lasted. I liked those first, like, okay, I can't, there are parts of the run that I really, really enjoyed that were kind of unpopular with most people, but there were a few things that I really did not enjoy that I don't think enough people are talking about. So, yeah. It was fun while it lasted, though. IDW is kind of all over the place. I'm just glad they're not canning it 100%. I swear they were gonna can it, but they didn't, so. I also have the Usagi Turtles crossover from last year. Number 3. I still have to collect 4 and 5. But I actually love the art for this. I'm gonna sneeze. God damn.
Yep, chew. Bless you.
Thank you. The art for this is so good. It's so nostalgic to see Stan Sakai do a little crossover with the Turtles again. I know this is old news, but it was really so... It's very nostalgic for me, especially one of the first Usagi comics I ever read was the crossover comic from the 80s. Or the 90s. The 80s? I want to say it was the 80s. I mean, you can still love and enjoy something but still have options. As much as I loved IDW Transformers, they're still on that. I'm just like, eh. Yeah. Oh, I thought you sent me something. Yeah, I mean, I didn't read IDW Transformers. I know that series was pretty generally enjoyed, but I also didn't hear a lot of criticism of it online. I'm sure there was. But yeah, there's always going to be a little bit of unpopular choices here and there. I love crossovers. You're always so fire. I love crossovers, but the amount of crossovers that Turtles has been doing lately, I don't know how to feel. This is another crossover that I purchased was the Turtles versus Street Fighter #1. I have not bought any of the other books in this, despite the fact that I actually really love the artwork. The Turtles are very much drawn like the 03 Turtles, which is also very nostalgic for me. But like this was okay. This was like last year when like it felt like every 3 months they were like crossover, like they're doing that. They did that Stranger Things crossover, the Street Fighter crossover, the Power Rangers crossover, and the Usagi crossover like within months of each other. And I was like, whoa, especially because I think it was because the main run wasn't doing so well. So they were like, we're gonna compensate by doing this instead. Because those crossovers, I think they all sold pretty well. I don't know how Stranger Things did, because like literally no one talked about it, but I know that Street Fighter and Usagi and a bunch of other ones did really well. So, I don't know. It's really good. I'm really happy. It was my intro to Transformers. IDW does it justice. Okay, that's good. I heard IDW honestly did a pretty solid job with Transformers. I know a lot of people were sad when their license expired. Actually, I have my copy of the new Transformers #1. I fully just have not read it. I also have never been the biggest fan of Transformers. Geekly, you're more of a big Transformers guy than I am. Right?
Transformers.
You like Transformers?
More than meets the eye.
More than meets
I
the
do.
eye.
Not as much as I used to.
Right.
Yeah.
You should do... Yeah, I was like, you barely talked about it.
Why was that a question?
What? Why was that a question?
I said, why was that a question?
Oh, because we're talking about Transformers.
No, I mean, you're questioning the more than meets the eye part.
Well, just because, you don't really talk about it that much.
That's the tagline.
Oh. See, this is how you know I'm
Robots
a
in
fake fan.
disguise.
That's how you know
More
I'm
than
a
meets
fake
the
fan,
eye.
bro. I don't know anything about Transformers. I just look really stupid. Okay, now we're getting into the Marvel comics I
you're
purchased. Good. When I say recently, I mean in the last year. I got this Devil's Reign Omega variant. I have all of these. I just really liked the variant, oh my god, what's her name? Oh, I'm blanking. Peach Momoko. She did this cover, and I saw it on her Instagram when she posted it, and I was like, I need it! It was terrible. I love Peach Momoko's covers, but I really like when she does... This is gonna sound so edgy, but, like, I love the gore stuff that she does. Especially... I literally... because it's not, like, traditional gore that I see in comics. It reminds me more of, like, I guess, like, almost like Devil's, what is it called? Devilman? Especially this cover is giving Devilman. And she does a lot of, like the cover she did for, like, the Halloween variants last year, or I think it was 2 years ago at this point. Like, those were so good. What?
Said, can I see the cover again?
Yeah. Can you see? hope you can see it.
Yeah, the stream's just a little behind. Gotta give me a second.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I know that the stream's a little behind. See, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I just love her. Her covers are always
Dope.
top tier. I'm trying not to bend this. Gore is very hard to draw. She's super talented at being able to do that, especially artistically. See, that's why I really admire. She has a really incredible grasp of like color and shape. And whenever I see her covers, it's always like her composition is so incredibly well done. But the way that she can make something kind of grotesque look really beautiful, regardless of the subject matter, I think is really interesting to me. I think that's why I like it. Not because it's blood and guts and it's because it's like, I don't know. She finds a way to change my relationship with the subject matter, I guess, when I'm looking at it. So it literally sounds so edgy. I love the way she draws gore, but like it is genuinely impressive the way that she can do it. Especially when she was like, again, she did those Halloween covers, and there's another book that she was doing covers on outside of the Marvel books that she's been doing. I totally forgot what it's called, but it's like really weird and like alien and kind of gross, and it looks awesome. This is the Amazing Spider-Man #1 that I bought when it came out.
Hello.
I haven't read it yet. Well, I did read it.
I'm still waiting to see it as the Zeb Wells run. Or...
This is the Zeb Wells run, yeah. Like, this is old.
Oh, brother.
Old. Like, I read the first issue, and then I was following, like, what was happening online, and I was just like, oh my god. This is not good. This is really bad. Like,
I liked issue 1 well enough, but then it fell apart, like, in the last few pages.
Pretty quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's sad because I know a lot of people said that I hate people who are like, John Romita Jr. he's really,
Oh,
he's over, it's over. He can't draw anymore. He peaked, like, 20 years ago. That's not true. I think what people fail to realize is that, no offense to the colorist who colored this, I have to check. Who colored this? Who colored this? I don't know. Oh, I know the where is the credit page? Please. Okay. Marcio Menes. The colors in this are actually, I do enjoy the colors a lot. The only thing that I don't think works with John Romita's style is the color holds on the lines. I think that is genuinely is doing a little bit of a disservice to Romita's work. And not everyone would agree with me on that, but I think that's why a lot of people they're like, like it's not really, I think he still got it, in my opinion. I just think that, I don't know, the way that some of the other people working on the book didn't really do him a whole lot of favors, and so people are seeing it. It doesn't look the same exactly as his other work, and people are immediately like, it's not very good. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
His layouts are still solid. Like, yeah, he does a lot of close-ups and etc., but I still think he's got it, in my opinion. I think people have been kind of unnecessarily critical of his work in this run, which sucks because Zeb Wells, sir. Yeah, that is definitely worthy of a poot noise, cause bro. What the fuck? They were like, how much can we piss off Spider-Man fans in like 20 pages every week? How much can we do it?
Man.
Oh,
Mary Jane.
I know. What's the guy's name?
Paul, is
Paul?
it? I keep forgetting.
Yeah. I literally, he's
I
so
think it's
annoying and forgettable that I don't, like, I try not to think about him. Paul, poopy ass.
Bro got
Paul.
swole. Crazy.
So evil, bro. Is he
Berlin
back, by
2.0.
the way? he like died that one time, but then I thought he came back. Did he come back?
I meant to pick that issue up.
The one where
They
he
were talking
died?
about, like, well, because I think I could have like Mako poisoning right now, but it was like this. I think they were remaking like the Goblin's Last Stand, Death of Gwen Stacy, but the roles were reversed, where Peter was gonna be the Goblin, essentially trying to kill Paul or something.
What?
I don't remember.
Okay.
There was something odd.
It was something weird. I know
I
it was
think
like
I'm
the
getting
way
it
he
mixed up
died
with
was
a few
like
things,
totally
but it was
insane.
something weird.
Yeah. Bro got a vendetta against the readers every week. So true. Also, why did your message get retracted? How do I fix that? Anyway,
Might have deleted it. So.
Yeah, that's true. The next one I have is a Daredevil number 12. This is still on the Zdarsky run. Is the Liefeld variant? I love collecting Rob Liefeld variants with Deadpool on them because the way that he draws Deadpool's arm is always going to be like really weird. Like, okay, if you can see his like bicep. If you could like see his bicep, it's like massive, and his like this sort of where the joint is like really skinny, and it's just, it looks really funny. I love how ridiculous Rob Liefeld's drawings can be sometimes. I was a hater, but I'm coming around to just how silly it is. He's just having fun. I can't hate on him for that. I can't lie. It just makes me laugh sometimes.
LOL.
He got some big biceps. So true. They're absolutely massive. Or like that Captain America drawing was at New York Comic Con last year.
Oh, brother. Yeah.
He had like the original art there. I don't know if it sold, but all of my friends were like, "Oh my god, it's Captain America." I was like, "No." It was so funny. The Spider-Man comics really said, "It's time to cook prison food." Yeah.
Speaking of Spider-Man,
What's
I don't
up?
know if you saw, but Insomniac said they're going to be adding Peter and Miles' Hellfire Gala outfits to the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Which ones though? Cause
Let me get them pulled up real quick.
the ones
Give me a second.
from this year were pretty good. Or I should say last year, it just hasn't happened yet. The ones from last year were pretty good. The ones from the year before were kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie. Who was the dude who drew Captain America Super Buff? That was Rob Liefeld. It's the same guy. He's actually probably one of the richest cartoonists, like living cartoonists today. Because when he was he co-founded Image Comics with Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, a bunch of other people whose names I don't remember, but they all helped to co-found the company. And yeah, he got started in Marvel though, so that really buffed Captain America. The like really poorly, I can't say poorly drawn because it's not like awful. It's not so bad that you don't even know what it is when you're looking at it, but it's just really funny to me. I just think it's very silly. Actually, they co-found. Okay. Anyway, the next comic that I have is actually a reprint. Marvel Next's X-23 #1. I did actually read this, and I did end up liking it. Billy Tan did the pencils for this, and I love this, like the art for this book. There's something about that like 90s kind of scratchy line art that I really, really enjoy. I don't know if like people know what I'm talking about, but it's like really thin and kind of scraggly. Like you can tell they did like a nib. It's almost like Carl Jansen. Oh, you sent me the photo. Okay, so they picked the good ones. Okay. Miles didn't really translate super well, but Peter's looks fire. His hair
Miles
just
keeps
poking
getting
out the
L
top.
after L with these suits.
I
I'm
was
not
gonna
gonna.
say, what
but
is that?
Peter's got a swag now.
No, Peter looks really good. But Miles, bro, why is his hair poking out? The sunglasses are taking me out a little bit too. I think if you...
No. Wait a second.
What? Or is it reversed? Am I scary?
Was it not you that I was having the debate about the showing the hair mask looking a little goofy?
Yeah, it was. Okay, but this is...
You can't backpedal.
No. This is... Okay. So my hot take... Geekly disagrees with this. He disagrees with this, but my hot take is that... I like the Flash helmet where his hair is coming out the top. Stop. I like that design. I think it's good. I think it's cool.
Okay, here's the thing.
Or like Gambit.
Here's the thing.
Gambit looks good. You're telling me?
No. Here's the thing. The debate wasn't necessarily that style overall is a bad thing or a good thing. The debate was I think you said that Flash looks goofy when his head is closed off.
Yeah, that was the debate. That was specifically
That was the debate.
Look.
That's so... Yeah.
His head looks wrong in the helmet.
What?
He looks like he's got
Does
a water...
Captain America's head look wrong?
No, I just...
Do you want Batman's hair poking out with just the two ears on the side?
No. I'm just saying Flash specifically. Specifically. His head... And it doesn't always look bad. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes...
I'm sorry.
Sometimes when they draw it, he looks like he's got like a watermelon head. Like he just looks so...
Leave him alone.
I'm sorry. So for Flash, I gotta say I prefer the hair poking out the top. I know this is not a popular opinion. I know it's not, but I kind of love it. I'm sorry. I just think it looks a little better. I don't know.
No.
Okay, but
No.
I don't... Bro naturally got a big head. That's what I'm saying. He's got a big head, so he can't always be wearing that helmet.
Leave him alone.
I'm sorry. Okay, next.
Don't protect his hair.
From what? Well, I can't really say that.
From catching a blaze, I guess.
Okay, the next comics I'm bagging are the DC books that I've bought, which are way more than the Marvel books. And a lot of these are more recent.
As it should be.
Yeah, because DC is consistently better. So the first two are some Shazam books, number 3 and number 4. I'm actually loving this run on Shazam. Mostly it's because Dan Mora is doing the interiors, and I'm like the most annoying Dan Mora fan on the face of the earth. I love his work. Also, did you know that the person who colors his covers is a trans woman? It's true.
You told me.
Yeah, I bring that fact up like literally every 5 minutes because I'm kind of annoying, but yeah, I love his work. It's really cool. Also, I love this cover. I think Chris Samney did the cover for this. This variant is literally so awesome. I love how like Bill Watterson kind of this tiger looks. He looks so silly. Yeah, it's Chris Samney. Also, Chris Samney is just so epic, bro. So epic. Yeah, I didn't know his colorist... I love hearing about comic facts. Me too. I didn't know his colorist was a trans woman. At least for his covers specifically. When he's doing like the interiors, somebody else usually colors his work. But when he's doing covers, I didn't know that. But my friend Elaine got to have like a 30-minute convo with him at New York Comic Con like 2 years ago. And she asked a bunch of questions, and she was like, oh, I love the way you pick colors for your covers. It always looks so good. And he was like, oh, no. This is my colorist for my covers. And she's trans. and I'm literally
Well,
like,
what's the artist's name?
yeah, she ate. She ate. She ate, bro.
What's the artist or the colorist's name?
I forget. She's very like on the DL. Like her Instagram account is private.
Oh, okay.
She accepted me on her Insta, which is like my biggest flex actually. But her Insta is private. She's not very like public. She's probably like a close friend of Dan Mora's, which is why.
Probably. That would make sense.
So I don't know. I don't want to like.
Not really like in the industry like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it seems like she also draws, but she's just more on the DL. Like she's not very like public about her life in that way. So I forget her name. I have to look her up, but she's really cool. She's really cool. And she's also very incredibly talented. So shout out Dan Mora's colorist. She's awesome. And I think people should give her more recognition. She really is iconic. Like imagine like one of the only things you do in comics is literally color Dan Mora. Like that's literally like she's like, bro, I'm getting my bag. Coloring probably some of the most like valuable art in like the next 20 years, and then doing my own thing in private. Like she ate, bro.
No, I'm gonna do my own thing.
No, literally, like I love her for that.
Oh my god, I just sniffled right in the mic.
I didn't hear it. I literally would not.
Oh.
I would not have known if you didn't say.
Exposed, my fault.
You told on yourself, bro. Oh, actually, the
I
guy.
didn't mean to.
The guy who's coloring this run of Shazam is also super talented. I'm literally blanking on his name. I think his name is Alejandro Sanchez, but bro, he has like a painterly approach, and it's genuinely so beautiful. His highlights go crazy, and his color choice is so good. Ugh, I love it. Anyway, I have to stop. The next one that I'm gonna be bagging is Birds of Prey. The new Birds of Prey, with like Big Barda and everybody. First of all, I love how DC was announcing the new members of the Birds of Prey. Alright, I gotta go take a shower. Where you? Okay, bye, At Home Productions. Catch you later. I might still be here because this is taking me forever, but we'll see. I love how DC was announcing the members of the Birds of Prey like it was like the Super Bowl draft, and everyone was like, oh my god, like they were announcing. It was crazy. That was really fun. I also love the art for this book. Leo Romero is the one doing it. It's so cool. It's very old school, and like look at this double page spread, bro. So incredible. I love Leo Romero's work. He's so incredibly talented. Like, so good. Also, the lineup for the team is really good. I think a few members are changing out currently. I'm like super duper uber behind, but this run has been so epic. This is what I mean about the cardboard covers, though. Like, you can see it's like there's like, it's not fully, because the paper is thicker, it's not like wrapping around the side of the interior properly. So the interiors like poke out a little bit on the side. I was talking about this earlier, how I don't like I don't love the cardstock covers. Also, this cardstock is like really thick. Makes it difficult to bag and board actually, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Have you read any of the Birds of Prey, Geekly? Have you been hearing about that?
If it's newer stuff, absolutely not. No.
Yeah, I mean it's new-ish. It started coming out last year. You should
I've been
read it.
so out of the loop, like
That's fair.
for some of the later stuff.
That's fully fair, honestly. No, I literally so good, bro. art eats. The layouts are so good. Also, I think this cover is so cute. It was the Halloween variant last year. The Trick or Treat variant. I don't know who did this cover, but I love the artwork. It's super cute. Literally adorable. So fun. Some of these are, again, really old. I'm just grabbing, like, random ones. I'm gonna have to grab the next round. I say soonish. I'm, like, I want to say I'm close to halfway done with this pile. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see about that. Because I have a lot of stuff in here, bruh. Okay, next one. Superman Son of Kal-El, #1. This is hella old. I don't know why this was in that pile. I actually really liked this. I didn't read past, like, #3, I don't think. Which sucks, but I did actually really like it when I was reading it. So.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, it's like too far. This series has been going for like almost 3 years now. Like, I'm way too far gone to catch up. So. I just have #1, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably end up selling my other issues just because. Oh, I prefer to get like the trade at that point. That's my thing is, I like having physical copies of comics, but the fact that I have to keep up with them, especially like every 2 weeks, I prefer when issues come out slower because then I have time to actually. This book I have to sell because it sucked. Future State, bro.
Hello.
Oh, the writing was just not there. I did kind of like the interiors. They were going for more of like a manga inspired type beat, so it's in like black and white, and the interior is newsprint. And the art is like, it's pretty good. I think the backgrounds are kind of lacking. But I don't know. TBH, the writing was just not there for me. Actually, the best part of this was there was like a mini comic at the end called The Third Mask. And the art was pretty good, and I liked the artwork. But other than that, I was kind of disappointed by this. And the only reason I got it was because I was hearing good things about other Future State books, and I was on like a big Bat Family kick, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna read Future State Gotham. I haven't heard anything about it, but I'm sure it'll be good, and then it wasn't that good. So. I probably won't.
No.
That's always the worst. Would you prefer a comic with good art with lackluster writing to good art writing with lackluster? Okay. So that's difficult for me to answer because I think because there's like such a big intersection between writing and artwork in cartooning, like as a medium, that is very difficult. For me, if the art is simple, if the art is maybe, if you're not like fucking Dan Mora and your art is more simple or whatever, if the art is good at being a mode for telling the story, regardless of, I would say, what level the artist is at, it doesn't really matter for me, as long as the way the writing intersects with the drawing is good. So if a comic has really, really good art, but the writing is not there, I'll still likely collect it because the art is really, really good and I can appreciate it. I still have some appreciation for it. If the art is like maybe not all the way there, but the writing is like 10 out of 10, as long as the art is aiding in moving the story along and helping me understand the context of the situation and appreciate the writing, even if it's not like the best per se, I can also still probably appreciate it. That's kind of like a cop-out answer, but I think it's what makes something really good. Like, you could say, technically speaking, that Future State, the art on the interiors is very technically well done. Very technically high. But because the writing is not there, and I don't feel that the story is like I don't know, it's very subjective. For me, it's like it depends on the book. If I read a book and I'm like, this art is literally so incredible, like I could stare at it all day, even if the story is okay, I could read it all day. Just to look at the pictures, which makes me sound like a little kid, but that's true. But it's like with Future State, the writing, no matter how good the art is, the writing was just so, like, it was very bland for me. I always hate, I don't know, part of me always hates, I feel bad talking, bad-mouthing comics sometimes, because I know that a lot of people, the people who work on them, think that it's like peak, like they're putting their all into it, but sometimes it's just like, it really depends. What you're saying makes sense. I think we can still have appreciation for something even if it isn't our favorite. Exactly. Like, I think something has to be like downright problematic for me to be like, wow, this is really bad. Like, I really cannot consume this in any capacity. Shazam number 2, another cover by Chris Samney. I really do love Chris Samney. I started following Chris Samney online because of his Bat-tobers, his Inktober's. He's putting out that drawing like every day. Fully inked, really incredible drawings. So seeing his work in color always makes me a little happy because I never expect it, because I've mostly seen his work in black and white. But I really love this. What do you think, Geekly? Do you feel like if something has like really bad writing but like just okay art, could you dig it? Would you read it?
Yeah, I think so. Just because, like, when I'm picking up a comic, I have to put it through this context. If it's a franchise or something that I'm unfamiliar with,
Yeah.
or property I'm not too well versed in,
Yeah.
and the art is good, but the writing is bad, I'm not gonna do it. Just because, like, I don't know, I can't in my brain justify it just because I like the art, but nothing else
Yeah.
about it, and I don't really know it that well either.
Right.
If it is something I'm not familiar with, the art is lackluster, but the writing's really good, I feel like I'm more inclined to buy it.
Okay.
If it's a franchise that I care about, I'll do it either way. If
That's
the art is
fair.
good, but the writing sucks, but I love the franchise, I'll do it. Also, if
You'll
the
give it a
story's
shot.
good, but the art's not that great, I'll still do it because I love that property. But if it's something new, I need the writing to be good, at the very least.
Yeah. That's kind of true. I will say I do a lot of like DC and Marvel sometimes get a pass because I already have a history with those things. So I guess that's
Yeah.
another way of looking at it too.
It kind of depends for me too.
Yeah.
Like, what can I use for example?
You're trying to
You know what? I guess, like Shazam.
Yeah.
Like, I love Dan Moore's art, but I'm not like a huge Shazam fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know. Unless, like, it was like a really good story too, then maybe.
Right. I mean,
Or
what?
I don't know. I can't think of another character right now. But
All I could think about was Spider-Man, but you stopped buying the Spider-Man books because they were so bad.
yeah, I did.
Oh my god.
And I also just have so many Spider-Man comics anyway. Like,
That's
I'm
true.
good.
You have a
I'm
lot.
set. Like, I have ones I can go back
You're
to.
good. So true. This is my Transformers number 1. I don't know if this is first print, actually. I think it is a first print.
Transformers.
I could be wrong. I haven't read it yet, either.
More than meets the
Even though,
eye.
like, again, Daniel Warren Johnson. So good! The colors, I think. Did Mike Spicer? Yeah, Mike Spicer. Mike Spicer is usually the one who seems to color Dan Mora's work. Or not Dan Mora. Danny Warren Johnson.
Ow.
That's crazy. Like, this cover eats, bro. This cover eats. I have to read it. Part of me really wants to, like, dive deep into the Transformers, like, get into it, like, watch all the cartoons and all that stuff, but another part of me is like, what if it's too late? What if it's too late for me? I don't know.
My God, stop. It's never too late.
It's never too late. These are some that
You
are
gotta
already...
catch up on X-Men first.
That's true. I really... Yeah, that new cartoon looks really good, and I need to rewatch that show because it's been a minute. You're really killing it with the timing on that today.
Thank you.
Oh, that is not on the actual front cover, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, these are some silly comics that I got at my local comic shop. Four of these are independent books. But this one is probably also indie, but it is from Tokyo Pop Press, I think in the 90s. It's called Miracle Girls. This one is so cute and silly. It caught my eye because I loved the cover art, and the story is, like, interesting. It's about these, like, two sisters who discover they have, like, magical abilities, but they're, like, hiding it from people, kind of. But they're, like, really cute, and they're, like, teenage girls, and it's, like, silly and fun, and I liked it, so I probably will go back and grab the other ones, but who knows. This is another one that I got. I haven't read it yet, but I did like the interiors. It's called Art Babe by Jessica Abel. Or Jessica Abel?
Jessica Alba?
No! A-B-E-L. Abel. I loved the covers, but also the interiors were really cool. And this is Fantagraphics from the 90s. So I was like, I should start reading it. And I leafed through them, but I haven't gotten to read them yet. I know that they're cult classics, though, so. This one, oh, okay, this is one of the most underrated comic books of all time. The original Jim Mahfood's Girl Scouts. This is from, like, the late 90s and the early 2000s. If you like alternative culture in the 2000s and the 90s, you should read this book. It's really good. Also, I love the story of how this was created because the guy who made it is this guy Jim Mahfood. His style is like totally different now. I love how interesting and like angular and like thick his line work was back in the day. If you look him up on Instagram, his shit's like totally, like when I say totally different, I mean like totally different. But he got in trouble because he created the Girl Scouts as a one-shot story in an anthology, but it was actually a bunch of Girl Scouts who were like beating up like gang members or whatever, and the Girl Scouts of America sent him a cease and desist because they were like, because it was literally called Girl Scouts, like the name GIRL Scouts, and they were like, you can't use our name that way. And he was like, okay. So he had to stop publishing it, but then later he just renamed the title and like changed the story and the look of the characters. They weren't wearing your Girl Scout uniforms anymore or whatever, so it was different. But anyway, yeah, it's really good. It has its, we'll say it has its 2000s-isms occasionally, but it's really fire. It's fire. I have the mini series that came out. It's called Girl Scouts Back to Work, and I'm currently collecting the original series because it's really good. This is another one. It's called Mr. X. It's another indie comic. This one's fairly popular. It has like an Art Deco style. It's kind of like a retro dystopian thing. I haven't read it yet, but I've been recommended it by a lot of people, so I have to read it. We need more magical girl stories. We really do. I miss magical girls. They're really cool, and I feel like it's been a minute since we've had like a cool new magical girl IP that I've seen. Another issue of Don't Spit in the Wind. Okay, last indie book that I purchased. This is also fairly new. It's called / Back to School. / is an older, like, bad girl comic from, like, the 90s, I think. But Zoe Thorogood, who's kind of popping off right now at the moment, she's an artist. She's popping off for her memoir called It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth, which I've heard is really good, but I've also heard not to read it if you're in, like, a bad headspace, because it's about her depression and, like, her mental health basically nosediving very quickly. So it's award-winning, but trigger warning for your own mental health. So she's been popping off, and her art's really good, so she's kind of like the it girl right now for comics. And there's been a lot of hype about this book, so I was like, okay, let me read it. And I really like it so far. It's very interesting. I did read it. I need to buy the other issues. I like reading her work because she takes time on her work. She's a lot slower. Because she's working for Image. She doesn't have to put out a book every month. They're kind of just distributing stuff. So I have time to, like, collect her books instead of being stressed about it. Have you read anything by her? Geekly? Zoe Thorogood?
Not that I know of.
She's been, like, I don't know, like, my friend said that when they went to New York Comic Con this year, she was actually there. And they said that her table was, like the most popular table in the whole convention. Like, people were flocking to her table big time. The line was, like...
I'm a superstar.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm interested in seeing more of her work. But it'll probably be a minute. I just finished my stack of indies. That should be all my indie comics, plus some of the purchases I've made. This...
How many have you done so far?
Oh my god. Probably, like, at least 30? 40, maybe? I don't want to count them all. It's going to take me, like, 20 minutes. Okay, I do have... I want to say... Oh god, I don't know how many. My grandmother... is very supportive of my art career, and the way she shows support is by giving me Archie comics a lot of the time, because those were the comics that she collected when she was a kid. I'm not really the biggest...
Oh my god, it's Archie from Riverdale.
Oh! Riverdale has literally ruined it for everyone. I had a professor who worked on the what's it called? The Archie vs. Predator? There was like an Archie, Batman vs. Predator, Archie vs. Predator. He worked on that. Back in, God, I don't know when. I'm pretty sure. Or he worked on something else. I don't remember. Something with Predator and Archie. Or he did like a cover or something. But my grandma, yeah, because these are the comics she liked, she's always giving me old Archie comics, and it's really cool. I do like the art in them, but I have, like, a lot. I have a lot, and most of these I have not read. So... Oh, bags are flying everywhere. So I probably should get around to that. I can't sell these, though. I couldn't bring myself to sell them if I wanted to, because they were a gift. So, yeah. But I have a lot of Archie comics, which is pretty cool. I have some of this one called Pep. There's like a couple different books from the different series that she got me. This one is called Pep. From Archie Comics Group. It's summertime, and Pep is sizzling with the hottest excitement ever. And there's like a gag on the cover, and they're like Jughead and a bunch of other people, I think, and his siblings are like, they're building a sandcastle, and one of them is like, I'm working on a tower, and Jughead's like, I'm working on a wall, and Archie's talking to like a hot girl on the beach, and he's like, I'm working on a date. Ha ha. Oh my
Hold
god.
on, where is it?
So goofy.
There we go.
Stop. Some of the gag covers are so goofy, bruh. Oh my god. I'm trying to find another one. Oh, Jesus Christ. They're just so corny and silly. I kind of think it's funny. Oh my god, look! This is, wow, there's a Mattel video game ad on the back of this one. For, the Sears video arcade system. For Atari. I think that's, like, a football Atari game.
Wait.
That's
What am I
cool.
saying it?
Yeah, working on something on Archie and Predator comic with North South Dragon. So true. I'm working... Love these sound effects. You can thank Geekly and the soundboard on Discord for that one. Yeah, the art's really cute. Some of these are not in the best condition, because they were gifted to me, and they were probably just stored, like, flat, which is... It's cool, you know. Dorian, did you read any Archie comics growing up? I'm curious, because I know that's, like, a common thing that people read as kids.
Yeah. What's up?
I know that's, like, a common thing that people read as kids and stuff, so...
Yeah, I read a few. Those are like another, like, part of the hand-me-down batch.
That makes
Another
sense.
series that was part of the hand-me-down batch.
Yeah.
So you can imagine my horror when saying Riverdale.
You and me both. I remember actually growing up, they were still in the grocery store where I would get my groceries as a kid. It's this place called Big Y. And the Big Y, when I was growing up, still actually was selling, like, little Archie comic booklets at the front register. And I remember that so distinctly. Because I remember asking my mom about it one time, and she's like, yeah, I used to read these when I was a kid. I was like, wow, that's so cool. And then, like, not even 10 years later, Riverdale came out and ruined everything. So... I'm sorry, but you can't take, like, a wholesome... The impact of Riverdale needs to be, like, studied. On, like, teenage media, I feel like Riverdale has done, like, irreparable damage on, like, teenage sitcoms. Like, period. Like, it's the Riverdale-ification of the Winx, the Riverdale-ification of... Just, like, it's so bad. It's so bad, genuinely. It's been a problem. It's a problem. Another Pep comic. I think I do have a few Sabrina the Teenage Witch ones in here. This one's in better shape. This one's in better shape. I learned this, like, cool physics, the universal experience of getting trauma from Riverdale. Literally, like, I don't know what it is, but oh my god, like, genuinely so bad. So bad. Like, I don't think any of us yeah. I don't think any of us ever, like, I watched the first episode with my mom. With anybody who knows, like, it was so bad. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Oopie.
Like, okay, this some of these jokes are kind of sexist, lol. Like, this joke on this cover is, Archie, I've got a no-hitter going, which is like a baseball thing. And, Veronica's like, she means she hasn't hit a batter in 6 innings. Like, oh, she sucks at baseball. I know, I was like, pretty bad. pretty problematic. It's a blockbuster issue, though. Wow. I do kind of like the old, I don't know, I guess like the old format, like the big lettering and, these little like circle motifs they have going on. I think it's kind of fun. Maybe I'll do a cover inspired by an old Archie cover at some point. I want to collect more old comics. I feel like I'm barely making a dent in these. I want to collect more old comics. I just have to scrounge up some money to do that, because the older the comic, the more, well, not always, but they're just usually more expensive because they're out of print.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also featuring Big Moose and Dilton the Brain. Believe me, Moose, dogs do not lay eggs. Okay. Oh! You wanna talk about cover price? Guess how much this was? 60 cents!
Bruh.
60 cents, bro. It's also so old that it has the Comics Code Authority stamp in the top right of the cover.
Approved by the Comics.
Oh my god. The Archie comic art is probably one of my faves. I do love the Archie style, I won't lie. I can't lie, the Archie style is pretty fun. It's pretty silly. I think they kind of missed an opportunity. We used to be a proper country. Oh my god. They kind of missed the opportunity to make an animated series. Did Archie ever have an animated series?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think so. I've never heard about one, if there has been.
Yes,
They
Archie
did have
show.
one. Okay. I don't know. I feel like they could have rebooted it, or I don't know, something. But like, why did it have to be here's
And
my
Archie's Weird Mysteries.
Okay, it was like a Scooby-Doo. I need to look this up. Archie's Weird Mysteries. I wonder if it was just unpopular. It's from 1999. Oh wow. Yeah, this is so... I've never seen this before. Yeah, like the art style fits really well in an animated show. The lettering for the title is taking me out a little bit though. It's kind of funny. This is so weird. Okay, I feel like I need to watch this. It was really good from what I remember. I used to watch it at my grandma's house. Maybe I should see it. Maybe I should give it a watch. I don't know. Look, I'm a sucker for Scooby-Doo. I can't say no to a Scooby-Doo-esque group of teens solving crimes, solving mystery. Oh my god, the glare from these bags is like, it's going straight into my retinas. Like here's the Sabrina the Teenage Witch comic. I loved the lettering for this title. Salem, winter isn't winter without a snow witch. So she's doing a little snowman. Or a snow witch, I should say. Here's an ad for a free poncho from Cracker Jack in the first page. If I send them this, with 15 Cracker Jack box tops plus 50-cent postage and handling, I can get a free poncho from Cracker Jack. Should I do it, guys? I want that poncho for free. No, stop! Oh my god. I wonder, has anybody like done that where they like go into like old comics and they send letters off to companies that don't exist anymore to see if they can get anything? I'd be curious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you do it?
Probably not.
Probably not. Anything for that poncho.
Too much work.
Rando gets it. They would try it. Another Sabrina the Teenage Witch where she's flying on a vacuum instead of a broom. And there's a Bubble Yum ad on the back. This was published in 1976. Another free poncho from Cracker Jack. I do kind of love... I have a soft spot for Sabrina because I grew up watching the sitcom. I was like rabid for that show as a child. I was obsessed. Like truly, I loved that show. You watched some of it, didn't you, Geekly?
What?
The Sabrina the Teenage Witch show.
Oh yeah.
I love.
Oh
that
yeah.
Show. I loved that show. I know
Sabrina and
your
Buffy, I had a
choices in
rotation.
sitcoms were different.
I know they're not like necessarily. I don't know. Maybe some people group those together. They're not exactly the same vibe, but I did watch Buffy and Sabrina kind of hand in hand.
I feel like you could kind of group them together. They have like similar vibes in a way. Like they're not exactly the same, and like I guess Sabrina was more family friendly, but
yeah,
I don't know. They do have very similar vibes. Blonde girl with special powers has to talk to her advisor. In Buffy's case, it was Giles. In Sabrina's case, it was her aunts. Yeah, I could see it. TBH. I love the dialogue. Irk, no wonder. My first class teen witch's license has expired. I'm practically powerless. Yeah, it's like one of those like good clean fun. That's so funny. Or like they're saying what they're doing. This will take all the concentration of my 4th class abilities, and you can see that she's like using magic. So she's like narrating to herself.
So I love going back to read the Lee and Ditko Spider-Man stuff.
Yes.
It's just so corny.
It's so silly. But it's so much fun. What can I say? What can I say? It's kind of awesome, actually. I like how nice they look in their little bags and boards. I'm trying to like politely tuck these corners in. It's just like really not working. So they're like half-assed kind of tucked in there, but it's okay. It's okay. I want to say I'm a little over halfway done with this. I've probably done close to 50 things now.
You did 50 in 2 hours.
Oh, I've got another 150 to go. That's not good. I'm being careful, so that is kind of good, but it's kind of poopy. It's taking forever. Zippity zappity zed. I want facts to penetrate my head. And then somebody drops a book on her head and it says, "Oops, sorry, Sabrina." Damn. It's literally terrible. It's horrible, bruv. It's absolutely horrible. I do love how nice they look, though. They look so shiny and good. In one little... Ever talking about Scooby, Archer the Jabberjaw song is playing in my head. Oh my god, Jabberjaw! Did you watch Jabberjaw?
Jabberjaw, Magilla Gorilla.
Yes.
I know that these aren't shows, but Cheetah Men and Battletoads, Street Sharks, back to what's some Hanna-Barbera stuff though.
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking the Cheetah Girls.
Oh my God, the dog.
Or
the
not,
dog.
The pussy.
The dog.
The dog. Oh, with the cape. Are we thinking of the same dog?
Not Dynamite, but
what dog? Oh, the
Huckleberry Hound.
Yes, yeah. I was like, that guy. He's blue. He's blue.
Yes.
Yeah. We're talking about the same guy.
Yes.
We're talking about the same guy. Oh, dude. Boomerang was my jam growing up.
I miss Boomerang. Do you remember the Boomeraction theme song?
No, actually.
Or even just the Boomerang theme song itself.
Yes,
Before
I do remember the Boomerang theme song. I don't know if I remember.
Coming up next on Boomerang.
Yeah.
Like back then. The do do do. That theme. Oh my God. Take me back.
No,
it all comes back to you, except it didn't come back this time because it's gone forever.
I miss the Pussycats. Am I thinking of the right?
Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie and the Pussycats, yeah. Do you remember they used to do those like little animated skits in between? They were like little filler animations they would do in between the shows, like during the ad breaks.
Yeah.
My favorite one was the Josie and the Pussycats Through the Decades one. Or I guess like different genres of music where they were a punk band, and then they were like a country group, and then they were like a pop group, and then they were like the classic Josie. I loved those animations. I ate that shit up every single time. So good. Do I have... No, I thought I had a duplicate. I do not. That one was fun because they changed art styles and music. Yes, I think that's why I liked it so much, is because the different art styles were so cool. Did you have a favorite one, Geekly? I remember there were a few other ones, but I'm not like... They're not... I think there was a Johnny Quest one.
Of like all the Boomerang ads?
Yeah, they were like filler animations. I don't really... They were probably ads, but they were kind of...
I liked the... Yeah, like the little ad breaks.
Yeah.
I liked, again, the Magilla Gorilla rap that they would do.
Yeah.
Got a gorilla for sale, Magilla Gorilla for sale. Oh my God. I would quote that all the time.
That one. So good.
It was that one and another one that sticks out to me besides the Boomeraction, like with all the action figures.
Yeah.
Which, oh my God, Boomeraction was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But the Wacky Races.
And
the Banana Splits, that breaks are crazy.
I feel like a kid again when I think about Boomerang. I really do.
Bring it back. Actual Boomerang.
No, like for real.
I think what they do, they just put reruns of modern Cartoon Network shows, and then you have to get a subscription service for the old stuff something.
Yeah, it's like
it's behind a paywall.
Yeah, it's
weird.
Dumb. Dude, those classic cartoons, it was so much fun. I loved watching those. I don't remember if it ever aired on Boomerang. I don't think it did. But like an older cartoon that I loved watching. I guess it was too new for it to even be aired on Boomerang. But an old cartoon that I liked watching a lot was Gem and the Holograms too. I love...
Oh, Gem and the Holograms?
Yes, like the original Gem and the Holograms cartoon. Oh, classic.
That live action movie was fire.
Okay, I put off watching that movie for at least, like, I want to say almost... Because when did that come out?
I want to say, like, 2014 or so.
Oh my God, it was that long ago.
Let me fact check that.
2015, yeah.
2015, okay.
I literally only watched it like last year for the first time because I put it off for like 10 years basically. I was like, I know it's gonna suck, and nobody had anything good to say about that movie. So I put it off, and then it was on Netflix.
LOL. For
a little while, so I was like, oh, maybe I should just get this over with. And absolutely god awful. It was so terrible. Look, it's Spider-Man. What is this an ad for?
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Super hang-ups.
No
Oh, it's like a wall
else
decal.
like it.
It's like a wall decal. It's Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Youth Opportunity Sales Club.
You notice there's only one rep for Marvel.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. Did y'all watch Kubo? That's where I watched the original Thundercats when I had no cable. I used to watch Kubo all the time as a kid. There were periods of my childhood where we didn't have cable. Because my parents were trying to save money during the recession. So they cut cable. That was the first thing they cut. And I used to watch Kubo. There was also... I don't know if it was on Kubo, but it was another, like, nationally... It wasn't cable TV. It was, like, not cable. They had, like, a kids network. I don't know if it was... I think it might have been. Because there was Kubo and then there was another one, I swear. But it could have just been Kubo. And there was a show. It was called Jane and the Dragon. I think it was like a 3D animated show. Did you watch that? Yeah, it's called Jane and the Dragon.
Jane and the Dragon.
I loved that show growing up. It was so good. Jane and
I watched Dragon Tail.
I also watched Dragon Tales. I loved PBS. I loved PBS growing up. I was a PBS kid through and through.
Fetch with Ruffman.
Yes. Oh my god. Bro, they only did like what? Like 2 seasons of that?
I don't know.
They only did like 2
I remember
seasons.
that Maya and Miguel, Word World,
Yes,
Word,
Maya and
Word
Miguel.
Girl.
Fire. I feel like Word Girl was more like I was already getting a little older when Word Girl.
That's what I was like tapping out, but Word World was like my stuff.
Yeah, same. I loved Sesame Street. I was a big Sesame Street kid growing up, big time.
Yeah.
I'd be watching Elmo all day. I loved Elmo, bro. Me and him were like this. We were like this back in the day. This cover is crazy. It's called Betty and Me. And Archie, it looks like Archie's cheating on Veronica with Betty in this cover.
That sounds about right with
That's really bad.
That sounds canon.
Yeah, it does. The drama with the love triangle is, oh my god. So messy. For something that's like clean, family fun, the drama was kind of piping hot, low-key. I'm like, what the heck? Like the shadow, he's kissing Veronica, but him and Betty are like holding hands, like, oh, that's kind of cringe. Enabling cheating? Anyway. Oh my god, I was waiting. I was like, this, bro. Okay, this cover, it's another Betty and Me book. They're like, it's Archie and Betty, and they're like sitting on a couch together. And Betty says, "What a wonderful night, Archie. The moon is out. The stars are out." Archie goes, "Your parents are out." Bro!
Oh my.
Bro!
Dog.
What the freak? Literally, like... Oh my god, bro. What? What? It has nothing to do with what's happening on the inside either. Which I think is really... Wait, actually, maybe. No. It has literally nothing to do with this. There's an ad for getting buff in here, though. Strong arms make all the difference. Just 10 minutes. Only $5. From East Orange, New Jersey. I don't even, like, what is this meant to do? Is it like an exercise program? That's weird. Bro is being creepy. Your parents are out. What do you mean by that?
Bruh.
Oh Lord. That's wild. That is something else. And again, nothing of the like happens in the comic. So it looks like they're like playing like polo or something. I don't know. Oh, poop. You know, okay, this is a cartoon that, because we're talking about Kubo. This is a cartoon that very little people who didn't grow up with cable, like, I don't know why, but I caught so many reruns of this show. It's old. It was from, I think, like the late 80s, because it was Ronald Reagan is the one who, his administration, I think, created it. But it was called, like, The Books of Virtue. And it was about these, like, kids that would go see these, like these animals. I want to say anthropomorphic, but they weren't. They were just talking animals. And it was, like, a bald eagle and a bison. And the kids would be like, I stole some gum from the convenience store, and my friend ratted me out, and I'm so mad because I really wanted that gum. And the bison would be like, bro, well, I mean, he wouldn't say that, but he'd be like, you shouldn't steal in the Book of Virtue, which was really just the Bible. And then he would tell like a Bible story and be like, that's why you don't steal. And then the kid would be like, oh, that's so true. Okay, I won't steal anymore. Does anybody remember that show?
No.
I know exactly what you're talking about, haha. See, okay, I'm telling you, it's real. It's 100% real. I swear it's called like the Books of Virtue. The art style was just really goofy. Maybe it wasn't called that. Yeah, Adventures from the Book of Virtues. It was literally just the Bible. He would tell like Bible stories or like Aesop's fables almost. And it was just different values. Like the kids would get in trouble and then they would tell like different stories. I watched a lot of that growing up. Because we didn't have cable. So I caught a lot of those episodes. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna run out of bagging boards before I finish getting all these Archie comics. I'm telling you, I have a lot of Archie comics, like too many. Did you watch the Pippi Longstocking show? Yes, I loved that show. Pippi Longstocking was like my idol. Has anybody seen the movie, the live action Pippi Longstocking movie? That movie was kind of fire.
No.
It was kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. I remember. I forget when it came out. No, not the one from the 60s. Yeah, The New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking from 1988. There were a bunch of other live-action Pippi Longstocking movies, but I watched the one from the 80s. I loved that movie. It was very good. This is so good. These covers are taking me out. This one and this one, they're getting ready to run like a 3-legged race. And Veronica, I don't know if that's like her brother or her boyfriend, because I don't know the Archie characters like that, but they're like stanced up ready to go. And Betty's like, I'm ready to run whenever you are, Archie, because they're like tying their legs together. And Archie's like, who said anything about running, Betty? Bro. Corny.
What am I fighting for?
What is that from, by the way?
Mega Man.
That's why. That's why. I was like, I don't recognize that. I've never seen that show. Oh my god. Dan DeCarlo did a lot of these covers. Something I think would be cool to own would be... Oh, I just ripped the bag a little. Poop. My bad. But something I think it would be cool to own at some point would be like the old like DuckTales comics.
Don't get me started on DuckTales.
I know you love DuckTales, and I've never seen a singular episode.
Bruh.
I don't know anything about DuckTales, bro. I don't know
No,
anything.
that's wrong.
I haven't seen it. I know it's like a cult classic and everybody loves it, but I don't know. The only DuckTales adjacent thing, yeah, so I never knew DuckTales had a comic. There's a really good YouTube video. I have to go on this tangent because I found it so fascinating when I learned about it. There's a good YouTube video essay, and it's actually about the guy who created most of the plot lines and how he's basically like one of the most important, underrated cartoonists like ever. And he was called the Duck Man for like 30 years because Disney used to have a policy when Disney was like alive. They wouldn't credit any of the artists who worked on their comics because there was like this weird thing. Like it was like I don't want to say it's like a tradition, but I guess it kind of is, where they would basically make it out to seem like Disney, it was like an illusion that they created for the kids that Disney was the one who was making all the artwork. He would make all the movies and make all the comics. And obviously we know that's not true, but it was like an illusion that the studio wanted to maintain for some reason. So there was this guy who was making, I think it was just called like, it was either called DuckTales or Donald Duck or something. But he was called the Duck Man for like 50 years because nobody knew who he was, and he was super, super influential. And like most modern comic tropes come from the Duck comics. And there's a really good YouTube video essay on it. I'll forget where it is, but I recommend watching it. But yeah, the DuckTales, like all the characters like Duck McScrooge, all those guys, he made them up. We never would have had any of that if not for this dude. But I didn't watch the cartoon. He was a real life superhero. For real! And he was also like poor most of his life. Because he didn't get credit and they didn't pay him very well, but he loved what he was doing, so he was like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. And then somebody finally was like, hey, who are you? We want to know who you are, Duckman. And he was like, I can't tell you because I'm legally contracted to not say anything. But I don't know. I recommend looking for it's I forget what the title of the video is. It's like I bet if you look up Duck comics. Yeah, The Hunt for the Anonymous Cartoonist Who Transformed Pop Culture by YouTube channel Matt with 4 T's. Actually that channel has like really, really good video essays on comics. At least there aren't a lot of videos on there right now, but the ones that I've seen are pretty solid. They have one on the Turtles too, so which I haven't seen, but I'm sure it's pretty good. I would definitely go watch it. It's like 20 minutes. It's like a little mini documentary. I thought it was very entertaining. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know anything about DuckTales other than what I learned in that video. And I watched, the only DuckTales adjacent thing I ever saw was the 3D animated Mickey Mouse Christmas special from the 2000s, which I forget what it's called. But Geekly, you've seen that. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Another Betty and me cover. Gulp. Archie says this. Gulp, Betty, I hope I don't bomb on this exam. And Betty says, Archie, we never use the expression bomb in the chem lab. They're in chemistry too.
Oh my god.
They're just so bad. Like, oh my god. It's literally awful. Who do you think is better, Betty and Veronica, or Betty and... I mean, Betty... Not Betty and Veronica. Betty or
Yes,
Veronica.
Betty and Veronica canon.
So true. So true. Screw Archie. He sucks.
Did you see the ending of Riverdale?
No. Of course...
Oh, you didn't know who ended up with who?
No! I didn't... Of course I didn't watch the ending of Riverdale. I watched...
They all 4 ended up together.
Like in a force... Like all 4 of them?
Yes.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious. It was the most pointless, like, years of fighting
Oh my god.
because they all just ended up together. And then they all died except Betty.
They died? What?
Yeah.
So you did watch the finale.
No, I watched the highlight reel of the
Oh,
finale.
okay. I was like, I know I didn't watch the finale because what? I
Yeah,
watched
that's how it ended.
I watched maybe 2 episodes and then I immediately lost the plot. Like I didn't even know there was like a musical episode till somebody told me about it. I didn't watch
Have
any
you
of the...
heard Exquisite Corpse?
Yeah, you made me watch that.
Okay, I was gonna
You
say,
made
I
me
thought I
watch
did.
that. I saw it with you. Oh my god. It was so bad.
No, but Brenda was talking earlier about the Yu-Gi-Oh quote. I just added a new sound to the soundboard that reminds me of the Yu-Gi-Oh and the
Oh, you
Mega
did?
Man one.
What is it?
I don't know if you've ever played Devil May Cry, but
No.
this is an infamous line.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
I have seen that clip.
Yeah.
I saw it in a compilation of worst voice acting performances in video games. And I was like, oh.
Oh my god, that is terrible.
I know, I was like, dang. Oh my god. The Archie pile
Did
is
you
getting...
see the-
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Never
what were
mind.
you gonna say?
I forgot you're playing Kingdom Hearts right now, so I can't say it.
Don't tell me. Oh my god, don't tell me. Actually, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Is the Door to Darkness scene, does that happen in the first game or the second one? Like, am I gonna see that or
It's
no?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Damn! Okay, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Say, fellas, did someone say the door to darkness?
And then he just stares at you.
Huh? Oh boy.
Your Mickey is really good. You should do like a little voice acting reel.
Maybe.
Why?
We'll see.
I think you should do it. It would be so much fun. I mean, I don't know how many
don't know,
voices
so-
you can do.
I don't have it like I used to. Now a lot of my voices are like,
I think your Mickey's
I
pretty
was
good.
better a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, at everything. Across the
Dang.
board.
Your voice just
But
got-
I
I'm
was I used to be able to voice like all the Benton aliens for the most
kidding.
part.
Really? Dang.
Yeah.
Your Mickey's pretty good. I've heard you do other voices that I thought were pretty solid too, but I literally forget.
I'm mostly just out of practice. I feel like if I stuck with it,
Yeah, that's
I could-
probably true.
I could get good again.
You could. Are you gonna practice and then do a little reel? Maybe you should do it. Ugh.
Because I'd like to do that, like outside of the animating stuff, because
Yeah.
of course I don't want to do that 24/7. I love animation, but to stay in that
You need a
realm,
break. Yeah.
I definitely see myself voice acting.
I could see you doing it too.
Yeah.
You're pretty good, so. Ugh. Daddy, is the boob tube out? The tube is out, but the boob is still here. Referring to Archie. Bruh. Oswald or Mickey? Calling Archie a boob on the front cover is wild.
I'll be right back, by the way.
Okay. Oswald or Mickey? I am more of an Oswald guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Also, Mickey is like a symbol, kind of like like Disney scares me a little bit, and I feel like Oswald is like underappreciated. Also, Oswald was so awesome in that one game that I'm totally forgetting what it's called right now. Was it Epic Mickey? I want to say that it was, but I don't remember. I love Oswald. I hear voice acting is really fun. Correct choice, because Oswald is awesome. So true. He's so cool. Yeah, it was Epic Mickey. Okay, because I never finished that game. I've tried to finish it, like, I think 3 separate times, but something always happened in the middle of my playthrough that I just never was able to finish the game all the way through, which was like really kind of annoying. But yeah, Epic Mickey was, I liked that game. I'm glad that they're doing a remaster. They just announced it today. I'll actually play through it this time and like finish it, hopefully. Oswald is, I prefer his design to Mickey's design, because Oswald is a rabbit, right? I like his silly design is just better. So we get to see more of Oswald. I love him. He's so cool. I like his little helicopter ears. Oh, hey, at home. Is Oswald public domain? That's a good question. I don't know. That's a really Oswald public domain. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is an animated cartoon created in 1927. Okay, yeah, so last year, in January 2023, the copyrights on several of the original Oswald shorts, as well as the character, expired. Those films and the character are now in the public domain. What is this? Due to this, an independent horror film titled Oswald Down the Rabbit Hole is currently in development to be released in 2025. Look, I know there's not a whole lot we can do with like the older characters, but like it feels like everybody's just getting a horror movie and that's about it. And I heard the Winnie the Pooh one was not good. I heard it was bad. Like comically bad. So why are we making more? I can't lie. I'm sure there's a niche for that. I'm sure there's a group of people who are like, yes, this is so awesome, but that group of people is not me. I am not included in that group. Down the rabbit hole, ain't no way. I know, right? I didn't even hear about that. Everyone was talking about Mickey and like Steamboat Willie, Mickey, and Winnie the Pooh, but I fully did not realize that Oswald had entered public domain. I wish I knew that when it came out, because nobody talked about it. I know Oswald is not as popular as Mickey Mouse or any of that mess, but it would be cool. We should get an Oswald and Steamboat Willie show. Actually, I would love that. Like, it's like, I would love that, but specifically in like an animated show. It's like an Oswald and Steamboat Willie, but it's like, it kind of has like dry humor. Like, do you guys remember the Looney Tune show, like the newer one? If it had like a more dry humor type comedic situations, I would love that. I would love that. If it's like a little updated, funny cartoon, or like, have you guys seen those like the Mickey shorts from like the 2010s? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Oh my god, I forget what they were called. It was just called Mickey Mouse. That show was underappreciated. Love Looney Tunes. I agree. People do not talk about that show enough. Also, I'm out of comics. I have this many bag and boards left. Well, for now. I have to grab... Let me grab some more here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm grabbing more comics because I totally just ran out. Oh my god, I have so many. Too many comic. Okay. This is from my Marvel pile here. What's happen? See, we were just talking about, because Oswald is public domain now. As of last year, he's public domain. So Rando was talking about how it would be so cool to get like a Steamboat Willie Oswald cartoon. And I was saying that if they did that, I hoped they would do something like the new Looney Tunes show. with like the dry
Yeah.
humor. I when the silly gags, like the more updated jokes.
Ew, that show is ancient. What are you talking about?
I know it's not that new, but it's the newest one. Like, bro, I know we're old, but like, damn, give me some peace. Cut me some
Hello.
slack. This is from my Marvel pile. Some of these are more beat up because my sister had them, or I've just had them for so long, or I didn't get them in like a good state. Some of these are in better condition than others. The first one, Uncanny X-Men, Divided They Shall Fall. I don't know what issue this is. I think it's number 1. It has a fold-out cover with an ad in it, which is crazy. Last time in X-Men. I really don't know what issue this is. I have no idea. I think it might be number 1 though. I love the artwork for this. I love the artwork for this. Very cool, very cool. Wow, there's another workout ad in here. Hey, Skinny, your girl needs a real man. That is horrible. There's a strip, a small comic strip, where there's like this guy. Look, he's like on the beach. He's like on the beach, and with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend is like, "Don't let him hit you, Joe." And the guy's like, "Watch what you say, fella." And this other dude, who's I guess more like buff, he goes, "Shut up, you bag of bones," and he hits him in the face. What the hell? And then there's another panel, and the guy's like, "Darn it, I'm not going to be pushed around anymore. I'll order Mr. Atlas's bodybuilding course. He's helped millions of fellas." And it says later, "Boy, it didn't take long. I'm a new man. Mr. Atlas is my best friend." And then he beats up the guy that beat him up in the first panel. What?
Advertising.
That's crazy. This was the 90s too. But like, look at that. I love that art style. That's Beast. He looks so good. I forget who did the interiors on this. I'm pretty sure this is yeah. I don't know, actually. I'm a little stupid. Oh yeah, here we go. Maureda is the penciler. Townsend did the inks. And Lobdell wrote it. Again, it has that like 90s quality to it with the very thin, scratchy lines. I'm a sucker. It is not in the best condition. It's like peeling a little bit on the cover, which is kind of poopy. But it'll be more protected. And
Yes.
It's new. Did you guys watch X-Men Evolution?
Absolutely.
I love X-Men
Yes.
Evolution. I love that show. That's the one where they're in high school, right?
Orange Wolverine.
Yes, I absolutely love this show. I know that it's like the 2000s-ification of the X-Men, where they're like in like high school and their designs are different and everything, but for me it's like, oh my god, I love that show. Rogue is awesome. I love her so much. I know people shit on that
Normally
show,
hate, like,
but I love it.
changes to like lore and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but I
liked it.
loved the changes made for that show, and I also love the changes made with because I'm not like the biggest fan of this character anyway, so I was like, oh,
Who?
whatever. Iron Man Armored Adventures, Tony Stark
Another
in high
one.
school.
Another one. Classic. What an excellent, excellent change. I love it. Oh my god. I have another Uncanny X-Men issue with John Romita Jr. He worked on this. This was $1. Another Scott Lobdell written piece. Dan Green inked it, but John Romita Jr. did the pencils. Like, look at this layout. That's crazy. I love it. I love it. I don't know how they could say he's losing his touch, bro. I don't know. Like, as somebody who's looking
Wolverine and the X-Men.
I haven't seen that show, but I've really wanted to because I've heard only.
Are you
good
serious?
things. Yeah.
Bruh.
That might have to be our next rewatch. Is Wolverine and the X-Men after we finish H2O.
Yeah. Or maybe, you know, the 90s series.
Or yeah, actually, we should probably do that first because the new cartoon's coming out. Hee. And I'm excited. Figuring out layers in a fun way is so impressive to me. So true. I love seeing a lot of the old layouts, especially like John Romita Jr. His layouts have always been pretty fire. Wolverine and the X-Men is so good. Ugh, everyone's told. I've been hearing about it for years, and I know it's an old cartoon, but compared to other people, I got into comics fairly late in comparison to my peers because I was already in middle school and most people had grown up with it. Like, I had watched a few cartoons here and there growing up, but I wasn't really like in it till I was like a teenager, basically. And that was basically like everything had already aired, so I wasn't watching things as they were coming out. So that was rough. This is another
I guess
random
you could
one.
say it was Fetch with the Ruffman.
Yes. You
Yeah.
could. You could, yeah. You could. This is another comic I have. Night Thrasher, part 2 of 4, which is published in 1992 because it has a little stamp that says 30th anniversary of The Amazing Spider-Man. And it has the Todd McFarlane cover on it. I like the art for this too. I have no idea who the fuck the Night Thrasher is. I got this in another grab bag. I got most of my like really random older comics I got in grab bags, and I have no idea like what the context is. I just think they look cool, and I refuse to get rid of them as a point of pride. So yeah. There we go. Introducing the enraged villainy of Tantrum. He'll throw ya. I guess so.
LOL.
What other cartoons did I miss out on? I'm trying to think.
That were actually good, or even like the doo-doo ones that are just nostalgic?
Even the doo-doo ones, I would say.
Did you watch Spider-Man, the new animated series, MTV, Neil Patrick Harris?
No, I didn't. I know what you're talking about, though. I heard Neil Patrick Harris did a good
Fantastic
job.
Four, World's Greatest Heroes.
I think I have seen that. Or at least I've caught it. I haven't seen it in full, but I've caught a couple episodes of that for sure.
I know you've seen none of the Bruce Timm DC
No, I
animated
haven't seen
universe
any of
stuff.
those. I haven't seen literally any of
Yeah.
those. Which people are always shocked because obviously Bruce Timm, like that was such a golden age for action cartoons. I haven't seen a single one. Man.
The Ben 10 saga.
I caught a couple episodes of Ben 10. I didn't watch it in full.
Yeah.
But I did watch some of Ben 10. So
Generator X, though,
didn't watch Generator Rex. That's another one I haven't
which is
seen.
actually loosely based on a comic.
That's true, isn't it? What comic?
Let me find the name again. Because I don't think it was exactly called Generator X.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was called M-Rex.
M-Rex. I have to look that up because I've never actually seen it.
Yes,
this
Generator
is-
X is based on the Image comic M-Rex.
This is so 2000s. It's crazy. I actually own a comic, I think, penciled by the same guy who did this. I could be wrong. No, I actually don't think that's true. Joe Kelly and Duncan Rouleau, I think, is the one who did the interiors. I do love the art style, though. It eats. It eats, bro. It eats. Here's another random one. I have Ecto Kid #1. Super random. It's a Marvel Razorline comic. Superheroes from the minds of Clive Barker. Ecto Kid. I also have not read this. I do think the art is interesting. It's not my favorite.
Oh, just real quick. Are
What's
we
up?
coming up on the 3-hour mark?
Oh yeah, I think we are.
Okay.
Why?
I
You gotta bounce.
am not going to leave, but I do have to skedaddle just for a little bit because I have to help them set up for the Sonic stream.
Okay. I'm actually probably gonna call it around 3 hours just because I have my arm pain is kind of acting up a little bit, so
Are you taking proper care of yourself?
yes. Don't worry.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I took some medication for my head like before the stream started. I think it's just wearing off. So it's okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Just checking.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm okay. I'm good.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
okay. Don't worry about it. Demon Days #1. Rising Storm. I know some people really liked Demon Days. I only got to read this one book. I liked it. I love the
It's
art.
like my favorite Gorillaz album.
Demon Days? Oh, same actually.
LOL.
Like actually same though. Their second phase is always gonna be my favorite, or close to always being my favorite. Was Demon Days phase 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't get to read like the actual. This is like, I guess this is like the mini series Rising Storm. It's like the Thor insert Storm insert part. I was totally lost reading this, but I love the artwork, so I'm keeping it. Sorry. Here's another book that I have that I probably will just get rid of because I have not read it and I don't remember hearing a whole lot about it, and I don't even have the first issue. I have #2, which sucks because I was following when the character sheet got released for this. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, this new design is so interesting. It's Hawkeye Kate Bishop. This came out like, it's been like 4 years now. I don't know if this run actually ended up doing well. I didn't follow it super well after that, but the design for this book specifically, the artist killed it. She killed it. It looks so good. I look at that character sheet all the time. I love the way she redesigned her outfit. The redesign is epic, but I literally did not even get to read it. And I only got a #2, so I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with this, but it's okay. Then I have this copy of X-Men Forever 2, X-Men Forever 2, written by Chris Claremont, I think. This might be a reprint. No. Yeah, I think this is just the second issue of X-Men Forever. I'm not like the biggest fan of the art in this one, but I love this double page spread Scooby-Doo in the Spooky Swamp Nintendo DS ad, because I had this game on my DS as a kid, and I played it a lot. I do think the art is, like, some of these panels are really incredible, but the artist plays it safe a lot with the layouts, which is valid. It's valid. I do like the inks mostly too. There's also a Spider-Girl ad in here that I really like. Spider-Girl #1, the Paul Toblin run. I'm trying to see Wolverine vs. the X-Men. Yeah. Oh, and then there's an Avengers Assemble ad on the back. I remember liking that show. I'm pretty sure Ciro Nieli designed the characters on that.
Wait, let me see it.
Avengers Assemble on Disney XD.
I think we gotta make sure it's the right. Is it Avengers Assemble or Earth's Mightiest
I
Heroes?
think it's Avengers. Oh. Oh no, it's Earth's Mightiest
Assemble
Heroes.
is Cheeks.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, huh?
No, just the tagline is Avengers Assemble. So I was like, is this the right
Gotcha.
show?
Okay.
It is the right show. I'm just looking at the tagline instead of the title. I wonder when this comic came out. Actually, I'm wondering now because what year was this published? I don't know. Probably in the 2010s though. I loved Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That show was pretty fire. I won't lie.
World's about to break.
Do you remember the? Oh my God, what is it called? The Young Avengers, the Next Avengers.
Yeah, Next Avengers.
Yes, bro, I loved that movie.
That was a fun movie.
They literally only existed for the movie. I wanted a show. I thought it was gonna be like a show, and it never was.
Right.
I was so mad. Because I watched the crap out of that movie. I watched it so many times. I loved it. Okay, I have this Electro Black, White, and Blood #1. I love the cover for this. Also, I kind of dig these anthology series that they're doing now. I like a good anthology, and I think the art's really good. They got a couple of really good. I think Leo Romero did one of the stories in here. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, I genuinely really love the anthology series, and they get a lot of artists they don't usually get on them as like a good test to see whether people like their work. So I do like it, and they're short form stories. Like the Superman Red, White, and Blue. Superman Red and Blue. Superman Red and Blue. Oh my God, if you want a good introduction to Superman in the comics, you need to be reading Superman Red and Blue. I will never stop talking about that anthology series because I cried every single time I read one of the issues. I was sobbing my little baby eyes out. It was, oh my God, it was so good. Love it. Oh, and then I have the United States of Captain America. I collected this basically religiously. Wow, there's a watch ad on the back of this. I didn't even realize that. Citizen, purposely powerful. It's literally just Captain America with this watch. I really liked this. I liked the art for it, but mostly the writing really compelled me. I think it was really well written, and I liked all the different captains they had in it. If you haven't read United States of Captain America, I think you should. It's very short. It's only like 5 issues. I think it's only 5 issues, but I really enjoyed reading it. So if you guys get the chance, you should read it. Actually, you know it's good because when this came out, Fox News, they ran a segment where they were like, oh, Captain America's woke now? And it's like, bro, you don't understand Captain America, bro. Like, at all. I hate people, first of all, I hate people who say things are woke now. It pisses me off. It's annoying. But also, like, you have zero media literacy if you don't understand the fact that, first of all, Captain America, I'm gonna go on a rant now, but Captain America, he's an immigrant, right? He's literally an immigrant child of immigrants. his whole spiel, he's Captain America because he wants to believe in the concept of the American dream. And in the first issue, he goes on this really good monologue. This first couple pages, which like tears me up. He says, "I'm loyal to nothing except the dream. I actually said that once. Here's the thing about a dream though. A dream isn't real. When we wake up, it goes away and we're left with the yearning inside like something was taken from us. At least that's one kind of dream. But lately, spending my days in this country as the years march on by, I'm starting to think America has actually two dreams and one lie. The first American dream is the one that isn't real. It's the one some people expect to just be handed to them. And then they get angry when it disappears. And when the truth is, it never really existed in the first place. Germans have this neat word, Fernweh. I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I apologize. It means a longing for or nostalgia for a place you've never been or for a place that might not even exist at all. We have a word for this in the States, Americana. This is the white picket fence fallacy that if we're not careful becomes nationalism, jingoism. That dream isn't real. It never was. Because the dream doesn't get along nicely with reality. Other cultures, immigrants, the poor, the suffering, people easily come to be seen as different or un-American. The white picket fence becomes a gate to keep others out. We're at our best when we keep no one out. A good dream is shared radically, shared with everyone. When something isn't shared, it can become the American lie. The lie is a real problem because it comes in the form of an empty promise. A while back, we told the world they could come here for a better life, but too often we turn our backs on them. Instead of a dream, they get handed a raw deal. Then there's the second dream. This one's real, but we don't hold or own it. Heck, we can't even touch it. We reach for it. We work, we toil, we struggle, we fight together. We may never reach it, but we never stop trying. That's my dream. The Smithsonian is putting on a special exhibit called Americans Who Fight. Tell you the truth, I don't really love the name, only because sometimes we fight when I feel like we could handle things another way. In my mind, there were Americans who fought sure, but also reached. They laid themselves bare, and they did it without serums or powers or metal suits. The museum wants to put my shield on display. They have an old replica, but they believe the real deal will mean more to people. But unlike those other folks, the one who reached with selfless clarity, I find myself too often stripped of what I'm supposed to stand for. So it's like, this whole first issue is him basically being like, struggling with the fact that he's been appropriated as a symbol of like nationalism when really that's never what he's stood for. And I remember when this came out because Fox News, they released a segment and they were like, they were quoting this whole thing and they were like, yeah, he's woke now. Like, what happened to real Captain America? And I'm like, you guys never understood him to begin with. And I think that's something that's why I love him, because he stands for what the potential of America could be, what it could have been if things were different. He stands for the potential of what the American dream could be, or just fighting together as people who live in this country. And I don't know. So I liked this miniseries a lot, and I think it gets us back to base with his character, especially after a lot of people in the last couple of years have sort of misinterpreted what he actually is meant to be. So especially this first issue hits a lot of marks for me. If you like that Captain America is not a nationalist symbol stuff, you should read The United States of Captain America. It's really good. And it is beautifully written, Rando. I completely agree. I always kind of tear up. I didn't even read the whole speech. I only read the first 3 pages. But I always kind of tear up a little bit by the end of it, because I'm like, like it just hits. It hits so bad. I think that's something a project I want to work on is like, I haven't actually read all of the Captain America comics. I've only read more recent stuff. But I think I do want to make it my goal to read all of Captain America's comics and do some kind of video essay, like in the future, about what Captain America means to me specifically and other people, and why I think people misunderstand him, and why I think it is valid to misunderstand him. I think misappropriating him is kind of a tragedy. I don't know, I hope to do that at some point. I don't know when I'll get to do it, but it would be nice. I have to set aside the time and also spend all my time. Always imagine Captain America as someone who reaches out even if no one else could. A man who's soft but not weak. His kindness is what makes him strong, and he's everyone's shield. That to me is like the perfect encapsulation of what I see him as well, personally. Just like what compels me to read stories about like Spider-Man are the fact that they're very community-oriented heroes. Captain America, like, yeah, he's part of the Avengers and he's like going off and blah 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 blah, but a lot of the times his stories are his origins are more like street level. They're more grounded in some level of like, I don't want to say reality because like a super soldier serum is not real. That's like totally fake. But I don't know, something about him being for the people is really compelling to me. He's somebody that's willing to look out for the little guy. And I think that's what I like about superhero stories, is that what compels me to read them is that if someone had the power, they wouldn't choose to go down a dark path. They would choose to help the people they love instead. I think that's what I like about superhero stories, is that aspect of it. And that's not always the case, you know, you have your anti-heroes or whatever, but I think that's why characters like Superman or Spider-Man or Captain America are so compelling, is because they want to help people, you know. And I think there's a lot of people who they imagine themselves with superpowers, and they're like realistically, people are like, oh, like people are so greedy, like it's human nature to be greedy and to do things that like take advantage of people for your own self-interest. I don't think that's human nature. I reject that idea. Especially Superman, because it's also made by immigrants. It's the same thing, right? Superman is like Captain America in a different font, in my opinion. I still prefer Superman over Captain America, but I would agree. Both Captain America and Superman were created by Jewish immigrants as a way to fight fascism during World War II. Or like post-World War II. So, I gotta say, I love them. I'm never not gonna love that about them. I think it's great. Okay, the next ones that I'm bagging here is Daredevil, the second Chip Zdarsky Daredevil run. Marco Cicchetto is always eating the girlies up with his artwork. He's kind of, I love him a lot. And Chip Zdarsky, I got about halfway through the first run, or not the first run. I've been reading the first run. I'm reading it like retroactively. I was only able to start collecting these when the second run was happening. Which sucks because I know the first run everyone was like, oh my god, Daredevil's so back, like it's so good, and I believe that. But I literally just have not gotten around to it, and I was only really around for when the second run is happening. So I read the first few issues. I was like, oh my god, this is really good. And then I just kept collecting them, and I haven't read all of them, so I'm technically not caught up. But I do like this, like, weird... Like, Chip Zdarsky is one of these writers where his stories start really, like, grounded and really well done. And then, like, the back half, like, when you really let him, I guess, like, do his little expose thing, he takes it in a direction nobody is expecting. And I love that about his writing, is he he is incredibly good at doing his own thing with something that may seem very benign, but ends up being like totally incredible and insane. And Chip Zdarsky's artwork also really helps establish the tone. I appreciate the fact that for this appearance of Punisher, they redesigned the logo. Because the Punisher, his logo has been very much also appropriated very heavily by people who are like, Blue Lives Matter, blah blah blah. Which is funny because Punisher's like a cop killer in the comics. He literally kills police. He doesn't like cops a lot of the time. That's like kind of his whole shtick. Is that he was once part of the establishment, now he's anti-establishment. Yeah, I think it was needed. I agree 100%. It is really sad. The original symbol is like so iconic, but the creator was so upset by how it was being used that he was like, man, it's time for a redesign. Little Dark Age Oliver could be having internet issues. Let me know if I'm like cutting out real bad or anything in the chat. Because it says it's being funky. But, okay, epic. The new design is something definitely to get used to, but I like the new design. I like the new logo for it. I think it still has that vibe to it, like you can still tell it's the Punisher. Even if it's more designy in the sense that there's more elements to it. But yeah, I'm glad they redesigned it. So it was good to see that for change of pace. So this run has been pretty good. If you like the first one, I would definitely read the second one. Just be prepared for shit to get really insane, like, basically right away. Like, it's going to be batshit crazy. It's gonna be good, but it is going to be absolutely batshit crazy. So, I liked it. Also, again, the art, like, is this Chicago? I'm pretty sure this is Chicago in the cover. But, like, also him and Elektra, they get married. That's like the whole thing about the run, is that they're getting married. I forget why, but there's like a whole spielio. It's pretty cool. I'm streaming. Oh man. Hee. People are coming in here all day. I also love that Elektra temporarily gets, yeah, the marriage arc. I know that they're kind of toxic, but I can't lie. Daredevil and Elektra are a good-looking couple. I can't lie. Just purely from, like, an aesthetic perspective, they're a good-looking couple. I also like that she gets to be Daredevil a little bit in this arc. I think that's really cool. And I love her Daredevil suit a lot. It's very awesome. Very cool. I love it. Anyway, Zdarsky is really good. For the longest, okay, when issue 4 came out, they only released, I don't know why, but the comic store where I was getting mine only had the variant editions, and it was like the Luke Cage anniversary. So when I saw this, I thought it was a Luke Cage book, but it's actually a Daredevil book. Because they didn't put like the title anywhere on the front. It just says Luke Cage. It doesn't even say like so-and-so anniversary. It literally just says Luke Cage. So I was like, I had to go to the guy and be like, hey, do you guys have the new Daredevil? And he was like, yeah, it's right here. I was like, oh, I thought this was, and he was like, no, it's just a variant. I was like, oh. I felt so stupid, but yeah. It was pretty funny. Also, the cover is like 8. You come for Luke Cage, but only get Daredevil. Literally, like, so confusing, lol. So, I think that was... He said that actually I was, like, the 5th person that day who'd asked him about issue 3. Who was, like, looking... Like, we were looking for the wrong thing, basically. It was very funny. I was like, wow. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one, bro. It's okay. I'm about to finish my I really want to get done with at least the first 100 bag and boards, so I guess we're gonna go over a little over 3 hours, just so I can at least say that I've bagged and boarded 100 comics in one sitting, which is a little crazy, insane, but it's okay. It's okay. Oh, they just look so good in their bags and boards. I'm such a nerd, but I like when they look all sleek and shiny and protected. It's great. It's great. Also, it was definitely bugging me that not all of my comics, only like a quarter of them were actually had their own casing, so I'm glad to finally have some consistency here. Oh my god, I have so many more. Okay, I still have like 3 more Daredevils to bag. I like how the first issue is like, I think, more than 20 pages.
Hey, sorry, still working on the getting the other stream set up.
You're all good. We're just
hop out of the ball for a bit.
You're fine. We're just vibing right now.
Ready.
Good luck.
BRB.
Good luck. That looks fresh. I'm sorry. I don't know that Geekly will be back before I finish the stream because I have about 3 boards left, so probably not, but it's okay. I do have extra bags. I don't know if this is like over 100 bags, but I'm okay with that, honestly. Or maybe I put an extra board somewhere, I didn't even realize it. I hope not. Although I won't say no to some extra bags. Yeah, I've bagged and boarded 100 comics today, at least. Oh my god. And I still have all of my DC comics. Not all of my DC comics, but a good bit of my DC comics and my Turtles comics to do. Plus I have like a whole box in here that I totally forgot that I was gonna bag and board, but it's okay. Ooh. Oh, this is my Girl Scouts. Oh lord. Lordy! I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of comics! I can't do the Mickey voice. I really wish I could, but I really cannot. I also just feel better when my comics are bagged and boarded. I feel like they're protected, at least a little bit. Yeah, I have like so many comics. Oh my god. Oh my god! So many! Most of these are, I don't need to bag and board them though. I forgot I had this box over here of some of my comics that I was gonna put in the thing. I just totally spaced. LOL. So I meant to grab these and put them in the thing, but I totally forgot. Is this a single issue? See, like, I wish I was able to do a Twilight Sparkle voice. That is so valid. That is so valid. If I could do it, I would. But unfortunately, I cannot. So, alas, another day. Oh my god. I also have a lot of, like, zines right now. There's this zine that I'm collecting that I, like, totally recommend. If you guys like indie comics and like up-and-coming artists in the scene, there's this zine. I'm giving them free promo, hee because I'm friends with a lot of these guys, but it's called Ghoul. It's really awesome. It's like a little anthology series. They do different themes every month. I absolutely love Ghoul. My friends are working on this, so I'm like ultra biased, low-key, but I absolutely adore this zine so much. It's funny, it's silly, it's new. I love zines. Everyone about like, I saw that one! I think I know what you're talking about. I wanted a copy, but I didn't get one in time, and I'm very upsetty spaghetti because I follow the artist, and oh my god, it actually kills me. It actually kills me. But if you do like zines, I recommend checking them out. Their first issue was horror themed because it came out in October. Their second issue was like sci-fi, which came out in November. Their December issue was manga themed, I think. Yeah, they're actually a little bit behind. They had a printing issue, but their next theme I think is video games, which I'm very excited about. My friend is doing a Pokemon comic for it, I think. My friend Chelsea.
Oh.
Yeah, please check it out. If you want to buy a copy, I would go on my buddies. I'm talking about Ghoul. Sorry, lol. But I would go on my friend Jesse's Instagram. I think it's Jessie08draws. I'm like pretty much 100% sure it's Jessie08draws. Jessie draws 808. Okay, so I won't 100% right. But if you check out his Instagram, and you go on his like shop, there's copies. They also have a Patreon. I'm on the Patreon. But if you wanna like support my friends, you should buy some copies on his Big Cartel. Also I think you would like them. Anyway, you got the stream set up, geeks?
For the most part, I'm gonna have to hop back over in a bit. They're doing a test.
Oh yeah. I only have 3 boards left. I think it's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think after
Like, out of the entire set?
the first 100, yeah.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, I was like, I did not do 200 comics in an hour. That would be absolutely, or in an hour, in 3 hours. Ah!
That's pretty easy.
I know, right? Like, wow. I really I really grinded, low-key. I'm glad I got all this done though. I have an enormous pile
Zowie.
to sort through though. Absolutely gargantuan pile to sort through. They gave me an extra bag, which I'm not opposed to in case one of them breaks. But yeah, they did give me an extra bag, which is pretty cool. Ah. Hopefully I can... Yes. Cool. Okay, I'm done bagging the Daredevil books. I'm sorry. I'm like, my mind is, after doing this for like 3 hours, I'm like, it's over. It's over. It's so satisfying, but it's also absolutely mind-numbing.
Right.
I'll probably do
And I want you.
the rest of them off camera because, oh my god, I have so many. Yeah. The last comic I'm going to bag and board for today is It's Jeff, which was actually a webcomic. But I liked the webcomic so much. It's so cute. And actually whoever did the layouts on here did a really good job. He's a silly guy. He's a silly little shark with legs. And I love the art and I think it's fun. If you like cute, silly guys, you should read It's Jeff. I think there's literally only one. If there's another one, someone needs to tell me ASAP so I can go hunt it down, but I'm pretty sure there's only one. So we are done. We are done for today. It is so over. No more bagging comics. I'm gonna take a break. Oh, there's a hair.
Get some food.
Yes, I did eat this morning, but I would like lunch. Even though it's like 4, so it's kind of late now, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The style of comics is extreme. Okay. We are all done. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. I really have enjoyed streaming. It's good to have people hanging out. It's always a lot of fun, so. Thank you, Geekly, for coming and hanging out with me too. You're always
Of course,
it's a
anytime.
pleasure to have you here. But I will
Anytime.
see y'all next time. I'll probably be drawing again next stream, hopefully, if my shoulder pain clears
Lit.
up. So, yeah. Bye.
Oodles.